There we go. Are we live? We are live. What is going on out there in the land of the unfree America? Welcome to another rendition of Delete Lawz. We don't stop. We don't stop. We don't stop. We just keep on putting it out there, covering what we have to cover, showing what we have to show. What is going on, Spider-Man? Can you do me a favor? Can you guys put in the comment section, OTVO, overturn Terry versus Ohio? We're going to do some case law breakdown today, but we're also going to cover a couple of videos that I've been wanting to cover. But as you guys may or may not know, I was in Las Vegas, Henderson, Nevada with my family. I don't know if YouTube is going to notify anybody that we have a live stream going on or not. I see Cope Dogged Dog in the house. I see Raw Weber. What is going on? Spider-Man is in the chat. What is going on? How we doing? Do we got a stream going? Oh, shoot. You know what I should do? Tell you what I do. Call the boys. Get the band back together. That's what I should do right now. Let me just make sure I can see what you guys see, and then we're going to get right into this video right here of these. This is just complete and utter incompetence. I don't think you've ever seen anything quite as incompetent as this copper right here. And here it is. There's the interaction part right there. Alrighty. Okay, so now let's get into this. And as you guys know, I mean, some of you guys may be pro ICE. I'm not. I'm against ICE. I'm against deporting people who don't commit crimes other than coming across a magical line. I know a lot of people are going to say I'm some bleeding heart liberal and blah, blah, blah. But the truth is that I live in Southern California. There's a lot of illegal immigrants here. People come over illegally, but they're incentivized by the corporations here that hire them. And most of the people who are illegal immigrants here in Southern California do not commit crimes. Californians commit more crimes than illegal aliens commit crimes by far, 3-1. So that's why I'm against the ICE Nazis, and I consider, masked secret police an intrusion of our First Amendment right to liberty, because we have a right to know who exactly is attacking us. Garden State Accountability is in the chat. John Lund, what's going on? You guys should have got your hoodies by now. Hoodies have gone out. I think I got one hoodie left large, one hoodie double XL left. I'm down to like a half a dozen hoodies left. So get back to me if you guys want a hoodie.
Give me a fucking order.
So if you take a look here, he has his firearm along his thigh, and I do believe that his finger is inside of the the firing ring right there, which is Stomper. What's going on, Playboy? How you doing?
Give me your arm. Ayuda! Help! Help your hand! Help me! Help me! We have police. Help me!
Oh, he took his finger outside of the firing pin there.
Help me! His eyes!
Now,
Para recompensa!
he's going to take that gun and point it straight down at his ding-a-ling right there. And he's going to put it into his waistband. You guys hit the like button. Hit the like button. Put in the comment section, Team DLZ. Nick Tate, what is going on? He's going to put that gun down his drawers. I mean, I'm pretty comfortable with firearms. I've been around them since I was a kid. I don't think I would stick. I don't think that I would stick the gun down my pants in that manner.
Ayuda! 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 Help me! Help me! Help me! Ayuda! Help me! Help me!
The guy has zero wrestling, jiu-jitsu. He has no kind of background that would look at what he's doing with the guy's arm.
Ayúdame! Ayúdame!
Help me, he's saying.
Help me! Ayuda! Ayuda! Ayuda!
What kind of position is this? I mean, I've wrestled since I was 7 years old. I've been on a wrestling mat since I was 7 years old. I still wrestle all the time because I love it so much, even though I'm old and it hurts me. I don't know what kind of position that is right there. He's going to go leg over arm and cross his legs. I'm not sure what he's doing here.
Help me! Help me! Ayuda! Hey, look at the motherfucker! How's the other right there? Ayúdame! They're trying to kill me!
So now he puts his own leg over his arm. You don't have to be a black belt in jiu-jitsu. You don't have to have spent 40 years on a mat to see that you don't put your leg over your own arm. I don't know what the hell this guy is doing, but it is preposterous. So what is that? Literally, he put his leg in the wrong place entirely. If you give me your leg as a wrestler, I will take your leg and stand up with it and throw you right on your head. Why did he give the man his ankle? The guy on the bottom doesn't know how to wrestle either, because if he did, he would scoop that ankle right up. But he doesn't. Then this dumb ice Nazi who has just loosely stuck the firearm down the front of his pants. There's a shocker. The gun falls out of his pants. That's a shocker right there. There's the position right there. I'm in SEAL position. I got everybody. I got you. Get out of here, you. You get out of here, you bad guys. Get out of here right now. I got my gun. I got my gun like this, everybody. You get out of here right now. Get out of here, you. You get the hell out of here right now. You get out of here. I ain't got no teeth no more. What the hell's wrong with this guy? Now look, the magazine, the clip, it's called the clip, the magazine, whatever you guys call it, is on the ground. So he at most has one bullet inside the chamber of that gun, if it's even racked in. This is just clown world here. Now he's directing traffic from his knees. He's directing traffic, fresh toast. He's directing traffic.
Put the gun down.
I don't know what this is. I don't know what is this. I don't know what this is. I mean, just pure comedy.
Put the gun down.
He crosses his legs to stand up.
Put the gun down. You're gonna shoot me? Point the gun. We have it.
And look at Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Look at the two moron ice Nazis trying to get this guy in torture cuffs, doing everything they can to twist and turn and try to pull him into torture cuffs. They're trying to get him in the cuffs. Everything they're doing is not working.
Put the gun down.
You trying to shoot me? Go ahead, shoot me.
Look at this cop standing there. Ice Nazi. He's not a cop. He couldn't get through the police training academy. He's got some funky tattoo on his arm. You're going to see it in a second.
Shoot me. Put
the gun down.
You trying to shoot me?
Look, the cops behind him, the ice Nazis, are as incompetent as he was when they were trying to put him in torture cuffs. This is just... this is the most unbelievable shit I have ever seen in law enforcers. Why are their legs crossed like that? Just so you know, your entire basis of power when you wrestle is your hips. You got to be right here. You have to have your hips under you because you're going to constantly try to ship people with your hips. Why is the man taking his leg and sticking it in an awkward position? How could you possibly expect to get control over somebody else when you put your own leg in that awkward position? He's got his leg on. What the hell are we looking at here? Like, this is just the dumbest shit I've ever seen, I guess you would say.
What's your name? What's your name?
Yeah, he's trying to shoot me.
Get out of here. You're not wanted here.
The two guys behind him.
On camera pointing the gun.
Look at this guy. I wish I could zoom in more. I don't think I can actually zoom in any more than I already zoomed in. Let me see. I can try. That's about as much as I can zoom in here on OBS. Shout out to Friends in Code. He's got something coming out in technology here pretty soon. I'll promote it.
No, he got the gun. He got the gun. America. Are you on America?
Get out of here. Fucking Nazi.
And that's what they are. They are ice Nazis, and you should always refer to them as ICE Nazis because they absolutely are ICE Nazis. There's no other way to see it. They're violating our Constitution every single day.
I am American. I am American. Look at his face. Help me.
Please stop hitting his face.
Lady.
This is a man of a Nazi.
Help. Help me.
Get the fuck
I am America.
Look at it.
I am
Look at his face.
Hey, I am America. I am America.
I am America.
Hey. Help me. Ayuda. Ayuda. Ayuda.
I mean, does his radio work? He can't get his firearm to work. Can't keep the clip in the gun. Magazine's on the ground. His magazine that loads the bullets into the firearm is on the concrete right in front of him on the asphalt.
Help me. Help me. I am America. I love you, America. I love America. I love you, America. Help me. I'm going to see.
I see you, Johnny. What's up, buddy?
Yes, I'm going to see. Yes.
Take a look at this shit right here. He's directing traffic with one bullet in the chamber. Maybe he's racked it. Maybe he's cocked the gun. Maybe it's in the chamber. Maybe it fell out in the magazine. There's no bullets. And with the other hand, he's going to direct traffic with his gun. Go this way. No, go this way. No, you go this way. You that way. You this way. Like, what are we looking at?
Hell no. Hell no.
How, Salam Allah, how can you direct traffic when you don't look behind you and he's going, come on, go this way, go this way.
Help me. Yeah, that's help me. People in the United States. Hey, I'm going to see. I'm going to see. I love you, America. Hey, suéltame. Hey, police. Police. I have been police. We are police. I live in America. We are police. I love you, America. I'm going to get a lawsuit.
We are police, they said. We are police. We are? Or we are? We are police? Is that right? I don't know if you could make it through the... And you guys know, the bar for the police academy is pretty low. All you have to say is that I'll do whatever anybody says. I'll lie on reports. I'll cover for you even though I don't know you. I'll lie, cheat, steal. I'm willing to back you up no matter what. And then you can be a copper.
Are you the man?
You are ICE. You're not police.
What is up with this position of the gun?
I love you. I'm born to see.
You're ICE.
I'm born to see.
Don't get any closer.
They're Nazis.
I'm right here. I'm right here.
Ayuda. Ayuda. No tengo, I'm born to see. Son Mendoza. Ah. Ayúdame.
He's directing traffic. Are you looking? Look at him directing traffic with a gun in the other hand. Now, you figure that, okay, so now maybe more people have come in who have a little better grip on how to restrain somebody properly, which is not that hard if you go to basic wrestling in elementary school and junior high school. By the time you get to high school, you should really know how to wrist roll somebody, wrap them up, and go underneath their armpits and control them completely. You should know how to do basic grappling. So you figure this guy, this large black man who's now an ICE Nazi, he comes in, so you figure that surely now they're going to figure it out.
What is your name? What's your name?
I mean, look at the ridiculousness of the body position of the ICE Nazis in the back.
In America.
¿Qué es su nombre?
I'm born to see. Hey. Hey, ayúdame.
¿Qué es su nombre?
And now look, they got 3 guys and they got 1 arm. I mean, I really wish I could zoom in closer, but I can't. So they have 3 guys on 1 arm. They have his arm outstretched. The elbow, gentlemen, it bends. The elbow bends and rotates. You can rotate that shoulder if you want to, but obviously they don't know how to rotate a shoulder. Look, 3 cops on 1 guy's arm, and they can't figure out what to do. Look. They have his arm extended. He's pretty much given up at this point because he's got 3 guys on top of him. You could just roll his shoulder and bend the elbow and stick his arm behind his back.
¿Qué es su nombre?
But they can't. So I'm not sure if you saw, but the middle cop just pushed his arm forward. just.
No! Mama! No! Hey!
¿Qué es su nombre?
So you got one guy pulling the arm. You got now this cop's like, back away. I'm scared. You got a camera. But the three Tweedledums in the back can't figure out how to get one arm put behind his back. So they're working against each other. The black dude on the very far end who's standing up, bending over, he's pulling the arm. The black dude in the middle, he's pushing on the arm. And the white guy just has the other arm and is just holding it. It's just a total waste of time. Let me grab his legs. That's what's going to save it. If I grab a hold of his legs, we're going to be able to detain him then. If I just grab his legs.
¿Qué es su nombre?
Ayúdame.
You want to take him home?
No.
¿Qué es su nombre?
Are you going to take him home?
I can ask his name.
Are you going to take him home? You want him?
Huh?
You want him? Are you going to take care of him?
Well, why are you
Are you
arresting
going to take
him?
care of him?
Why are you arresting him?
Because
Why are you arresting him?
he's a criminal.
Oh, because he's a criminal, because he crossed the magic borderline that says he's a criminal. Listen, y'all are welcome to believe whatever you want. I got a lot of Trump supporters. I don't support Trump. He's the one who hired these, 10,000 ICE Nazis. I don't support anybody who hires 10,000 new cops. Are you shocked by that? You're not shocked by that, are you? Okay, cool. I hope we can still be friends. But this is ridiculous. And they're calling him a criminal, but what crime has he committed? I'd like to know that. What crime has he committed to be attacked by three guys with no warrant?
What did he do? I don't know you, sir. I don't know, but I wasn't.
So have you seen people? I mean, there was the crazy shooter, as you know. It could have been a black flag who shot some ICE detainees, and then they put anti-ICE on the shells. They literally wrote the words anti-ICE on the shell casings. In other words, they got orders, hey, put anti-ICE stuff on the shell casings, and then they put anti-ICE on the shell casings. But this cop is afraid that people with cameras are going to attack him.
What's going to happen? You were coming. Oh, but I was coming right there. I don't know you. I don't know you. I have to protect my people. I have to protect my people. That's it. That's it. That's it.
Got to protect your people.
You were coming my way.
Look at this guy on the ground. He's being just so massively abused by people who don't know what they're doing. What is that? What kind of position is that? High school female wrestlers could do better than these three men. And I'm not, I guess I shouldn't even say that because the gender doesn't matter. They don't know how to grapple, whereas high school female girls do know how to grapple. These guys don't know how to grapple at all. So you got one cop on top of the other cop. Why?
Bro, I do not want to break your arm.
Why is that cop on top of the other cop? Are you seeing this? Are we in Bozo Clown World here? Is that cop on top of the other cop? Why is he on top of the other cop? Can anybody answer the question? I don't understand what the hell's going on here. And what is that? I can't zoom in any closer. So the cop has some really awkward over-the-top wrist roll that doesn't make any sense. Then he's got his arm, then he's reaching underneath of his own arm and grabbing the cuff. I just don't know what we're doing here. What is that? He's holding the wrist, and then he's holding the cuff that attaches to the wrist. But you're at an impasse there. You can't possibly restrain a man like that.
Me está matando. Hey, grab me. ¡Suéltame! ¡Suéltame! ¡Ayúdame!
What are they doing?
What's it up? Me está ahorcando, viejo.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Look at the cop on top. Do you see the cop who, for some reason, feels the need to reach underneath of both men on the ground so that his own arm is on the asphalt? Watch him for just a moment, if you would, please. What is the guy on top doing? Do you see him with his chin? Like what are you doing? What is he doing? What is he doing? What is he doing right now? Can anybody tell me? Chris Boudreau, Kevin K, Victor, what's going on? Dennis Norman, you guys hit the like button. Put in the comment section, Team DLZ. Jennifer Hill, what is going on? This is the most pathetic, ridiculous shit I think I've ever seen. So you're putting ankle shackle. T-Lace with the first super chat. Pigs at work. What's up, T-Lace? Yes. Thank you. I appreciate the support, T-Lace. Now this guy's going to go back and put ankle shackles on a man. Look at the douchebag. Look at the douchebag in the center of your screen with this like what the hell are we even looking at? T-Lace, Nick Tate, Dennis, what are we even looking at here? The most ridiculous shit ever. The most ridiculous shit absolutely ever. And now they got 4 ICE Nazis on the guy, and the guy's still pulling on his feet. They got 5 guys on him now. And not one of them knows how to grapple at all whatsoever. None of them do. None of them do. I would like to know, though, for all the people who unsubscribe from me and say that, I don't support ICE and I don't, right? What good are we doing here? How much good is being served by scenes like this? How much good is being accomplished like this? You're grabbing people and arresting people who are gardeners and work in restaurants and work in meat processing plants that the top 1% of people hire them. Those are the people who own those facilities. And the majority of people who are here illegally do not commit crimes. I live in California, the illegal immigrant haven. And it's amazing that there is so the difference between Californians who live here that commit crimes and illegal immigrants, it's 3 to 1. So what are we doing? John Lund with a super chat. What's up, Johnny? Right on, man. Thanks, guys. I appreciate your support. We're not going to stop. We're not going to stop. We don't stop. Okay, so this is the, I'm short. I'm only 5 foot 8 inches tall, so it's not like I'm some tall guy. But when they finally get the guy up off the ground, when they finally get him up off the ground, and you got 3 cops who are on top of him, he's the smallest little man you've ever seen in your life. So look how big that black cop is, the one with the great big belly right there with the black vest on. He's still dancing around with his gun like that. It's just so preposterously. And then they pull the guy up. He's literally like 4.5 feet tall, maybe 5 feet tall at the most. He's tiny. And you're dragging him off in ankle shackles so he can't even walk. He can't walk. I'm not laughing. I'm laughing at how incompetent these dirty jackboot ICE Nazis are. That's what I'm laughing at. I'm certainly not laughing at him being kidnapped off the street when we have no idea what crime he has committed. Now they stuff him in an unmarked van with blacked out windows. We don't know where he's going. We don't know what he's being charged with. There's no agency number, no badge numbers, no nothing. And if you have like unsubscribed or written me some hate mail that I don't support the dumpster fire in office, I'm sorry, but this is unconstitutional. And each one of these guys, I hope later after this administration gets out, I hope these guys are charged. You can't kidnap people without due process. The 14th Amendment says you get due process in this country. I can go on the wall and show you the 14th Amendment. That you have the same rights as anybody else as long as you're on American jurisdiction. So I don't understand. It's just, I don't understand people. People are shocked that I wouldn't support 10,000 or 40,000 new cops. You're shocked by that? I read hate mail every day. Chille, you're a piece of shit. You don't support Trump. Are you shocked I don't support someone who hires 10,000 new cops? That's a shocker to you? I'm surprised. That's not a shock to me.
Yeah, he kept on shooting at me.
Yeah, these should be shorts. These should be unlisted here. Okay, so that's the blue stripe of terror. Let me see what we got here. Uploaded today. Oh, there's pigs chasing pigs. I did a 4-minute video though. Dashboard. I got a video for you guys that I uploaded to. Oh, videos. It's going to be under videos. This video is 5 minutes long, and it's already ineligible. Just so you know, this is an ineligible, demonetized live stream already. Did you know that? It's already demonetized. Yeah. Yes. Thank you, YouTube. You demonetized me, and I'm only 15 minutes into a live stream. Fantastic. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much, YouTube. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. So here's another one where you have just incompetence at the highest levels and an absolute police terror and abuse, the way that these cops, let me get in the corner over here because I want to make this video big here. The way these cops attack this guy, and they're just completely incompetent as he's crying and begging on the ground to be treated humanely, and instead it's just absolutely disgusting.
I'll keep hurting you if I need to.
I'll keep hurting you if I need to.
No, ouch! Ouch!
Do me a favor, David. Stop reaching around, okay? Because I don't know what kind
Do me a favor, David. Stop reaching around, because as you know, anytime someone reaches, then they're just trying to off coppers.
of they got in the car.
I don't have anything in my car. I'm looking for my phone. I want to call my friend.
There's no need to call your friend right now. I just need to know who you are.
Why you just not tell me things? You're not telling me something. Would you stop it? Would you stop? Please don't touch me. Don't touch me. I'm scared. Lady, will you call somebody, please? Please. I don't have nothing, sir.
Okay.
I don't have nothing.
Fair enough.
I'm going to see my friend.
So, I mean, at this point, put a 1 in the chat if you can tell that this guy is mentally disabled or mentally challenged. Put a 1 in the chat if you can tell right off the bat that this man has some mental disabilities.
Put your hands on the steering wheel for me.
Will you please let me go see my friend?
Put your
I
hands.
wanna
Stay in the
please-
car. Put your hands in the.
Let me go see
Stay
my
in the
friend.
car.
Please.
Stay in the car.
I mean, does he not seem like he's mentally ill? I mean, he seems like he's mentally ill to me, or at least mentally a little bit slow.
Stay in the car. Turn around and stay in the car.
I gotta go to the bathroom really
Stay in
bad.
the car.
Please let me go see my friend. I gotta go to
Stay in the
bathroom
car.
really bad. You're not
Put your hands on the steering wheel.
You can't hear me. Why?
Step it up.
Why? Huh?
Step it up and hurry. Get here. I need another officer so I can attack this guy.
Why? Would you,
Stop.
Ow, stop! Don't hurt me!
Stop
Don't
right
hurt
now.
me.
Stop.
Don't hurt
Stop.
me! Don't hurt me! Don't hurt me! Don't do that! Why are you gonna shoot me? Why are you gonna shoot me? God damn it!
Get out of the car. Now, get out of the car. Out of the car.
So let's go back for a second. Why does the tasering begin? I'm not sure why the electrocution has to begin on this man. Can you guys help me explain to me why the electrocution has to begin, Victor, Kevin, Terry, Marine? Can you tell me why the electrocution has to begin here? I'm just confused.
Bill,
You can't hear me. Why?
step it up.
Why?
Okay, why? Now, why do you have to electrocute him?
Why? Stop, don't.
Stop. He wasn't being electrocuted a second ago, but now he has to be electrocuted. Why does he have to be electrocuted?
Stop right now. Stop. Don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. Don't do that. Why are you gonna shoot me? Why are you gonna shoot me? God damn it. Get out of the car. No, get out of the car. Out of the car. No.
And then he says, get out of the car. Smoking Gun said he tried to get out of the car. Cop tells him stay in the car. Then the cop, as he's electrocuting him, tells him to get out of the car. Makes perfect sense. Why you think electrocuting him is going to get him to calm down? Because I don't. Of course, stop resisting, because as you know, if you scream stop resisting, that makes whatever you do to the guy perfectly legal because he was resisting. Why is he electrocuting a guy who's face down on the ground? I just, forgive me for stopping it, but we have to talk about it. Why is he electrocuting a guy on the ground face down? I just don't understand what's going on. Now he whacks him right there. Did you see it? He whacks him in the back of the head with the butt of the taser. Watch. So he's tasing him. Now he's going to tase him more. He raises up the taser and he's going to bash him on the back of the head here. There it was right there. And then David reaches back and grabs his head because he's been bashed when he hasn't tried to fight the cop at all. He's just confused.
I can't! Oh my God! Stop it! I'm not doing anything to you! Please stop it! Please stop it! I'm not! Yes, you are! You're trying to hurt me! God damn it, quit please hurt me! Quit please hurt me!
Put your other hand behind your back or I'm going to hurt you more. And that's the mentality that you dirty fucking cops have bought into. This is the reason why people openly fucking hate you, brother. This is the reason why people hate cops. I'm going to hurt you more. This is the reason why, you dirty pig. Forgive me, I shouldn't call them pigs. But this is the reason why people hate cops. Beating a man in the back of the head who clearly is mentally challenged and saying, I'm going to hurt you even more. That's the reason why people hate cops today.
I'm not! Yes, you are! You're trying to hurt me! God damn it, quit please hurt me! Quit please hurt me!
I'm going to hurt you more. I'm going to hurt you more. Then he pushes his face down into the concrete. So you see the pressure on the back of David's neck right there? On the other side of the neck, in case the cops didn't know, on the other side of this right here is your face. So when you push someone's face down into the asphalt, then that makes other people who see it hate you. Do you understand that? This is totally unnecessary, uncalled for. This is police brutality. This is excessive force. This is why people hate the police. There is the common phrase we often hear, oh my God. I can't believe this is happening to me.
Put your hands on your back. Cannot. Yes, you can do it now.
Oh my God, look at the pile. So remember what I said earlier? If you push your hand on the back of somebody's head, let me fix this here so it looks a little bit better. Remember what I said earlier? If you push your hand on the back of somebody's head, that on the other side of that is your nose and your lips, and these are very fragile things. This isn't skin. This is mucosal membrane, as is the rim of your nose. It's very sensitive stuff. So what happens when you push on the back of someone's head on the concrete?
Oh my God! I'm not on your back. Put your hands on your back. Cannot. Yes, you can do it now.
Oh, take a look at that. Take a look at that. What do we see right there all over the ground? Is that David's blood? It sure is David's blood all over the concrete. You wonder why people hate the police. You wonder why people call cops pigs. There's no reason to treat this mentally challenged man in this way, but yet he's continuing and escalating every step of the way. Take a look at how much blood is on the ground.
I physically can't. Officer, please. Put your hand behind your back.
Officer, please. No, wait, stop, sir. Why are you beating me, sir? Please stop hurting me. Please stop hitting me, sir. Please.
Please listen. Please listen.
Can I get you to slow down and de-escalate? Please listen, officer, please. And the cop is screaming, now, now, do it now. And you wonder why people hate police. I don't fucking care.
Put your hand on your back, Nick. Put your hand on your back. I'm trying. Do it yourself. It hurts. I don't care.
Oh, God, it hurts. I don't care. You wonder why people hate cops. You wonder why no one wants to sign up to be a copper. If I have to sign up and I got to put people in torture cuffs like that, and then I got to push their face in the ground and bust their face all up and then scream things like, I don't care if you're being hurt, why would I want to sign up for that?
Why'd you do that?
I don't know what happened right there.
I'm trying.
Let's see what happens.
It hurts. I don't care.
Oh, I see what he does. So as the man is torture cuffed, he grabs him and rips him using his rotator cuff as the focal point of the lever to flip him over. Watch it again. Watch it again. Let me see if I can go in slow motion here. So he's going to, I sure can. Get on your back now. Okay, so he has, you see what he's going to do here? He's got one wrist torture cuffed. So he's going to take the other torture cuff and he's going to rip the guy. Grizzly with the super chat. Right on, man. With the amount of bad cops, you'll never be short of content. God bless your family. Thank you, Grizzly, for the super chat. Thank you, brother. I really appreciate your support. So Grizzly, he's got him in torture cuffs. He grabs the loose torture cuff that he can't get the probably autistic or on the spectrum man. And what's he going to do with that loose cuff? Okay, so he grabs it. He's going to grab it tight. Here it comes. So he can't get the cuffs together. So he gets frustrated. Now he's going to rip. Watch. Both of the guy's arms like this, and he just rips his rotator cuffs. He's still got his wrists, and he flips the guy over. And then David Delaney is like, why did you do that? Ouch. Ouch. You guys read the bottom of the screen where it says ouch? Why did you do that? Why did you do that to me? Why did you hurt me in that way? How come? Was it necessary for you to hurt me in that way?
Why'd you do that? Why did you do that? Oh, God, that hurts.
God, that hurts.
Can somebody please call the police?
I'm the police.
Please, somebody help me.
It's so funny. What do we see consistently in these videos where the cops are going crazy, beating, hurting, torturing, literally beating people, electrocuting them? You'll hear the person who's being subjected to this torture to saying, somebody call the police. And the cop says, I am the police. You're the entire reason why people hate cops.
Oh, God, that hurts.
Oh, God, that hurts. And just so you cops know, the cops who watch my channel send me hate mail, let me tell you something. You think that this won't affect this copper who's doing this? Oh, man. When you're not going to the meetings every day with Back the Blue and officer safety and whatever it takes for you to go home safe at the end of your shift, fist bump, whatever it takes for you to go home safe. When you're not doing that every day, that's when the demons come and the PTSD comes in, and then you want to off yourself because you're so miserable with your pathetic life because you spent most of your life hurting people and following orders. And then when you go home and there's no more team blue surrounding you with, hey, you're doing the right thing, fist bump, whatever it takes for you to go home safe, then you go through the mental psychosis of hearing the guy saying, ow, why are you doing this to me? You're hurting me. You think you're just going to get a pass? You're not. You're absolutely not. James Forbes! James Forbes with a super chat. Yes, James. James sent me a picture of himself in his hoodie. You look badass in that hoodie, man. Thanks for getting my hoodie. I really appreciate it.
I'm the police.
Will somebody please call the police to get this psychopath off my back from attacking me? Salam Allah. Will somebody please?
Help me.
Joy,
Help me, somebody.
help me.
I don't know why you're doing this to me. Don't fucking move. You're hurting me.
Look at the blood. Look at, you see the blood all over the concrete? Do you see it, right? I don't have to like get my finger on it, but you can see there's blood all over the concrete right there. Do you see all that blood? From a guy who just wanted to know what was going on. What are you doing? Why are you doing this to me? Can I get out of the car? Can I figure out what's going on? Nope, the cop had to beat him senseless.
You're hurting me bad. I don't
You're
care.
you're hurting me bad, and the cop's response is, I don't care. And you think you won't have PTSD later, brother? You will.
Why? Please quit hurting me.
Nope.
Will you please quit hurting me?
Nope.
Oh my God, what's the matter with you? I didn't do anything to you. I didn't do anything to you. Please stop hurting me. Oh, please, mister, please, stop hurting me.
Don't move.
Please, I'm hurting me really bad.
Stop moving.
God darn it. Stop hurting me. Ow. Ow.
Officer Carroll has a pattern of discipline involving poor decision makings that has escalated to a point, Commander R. Bradshaw. And that was in 2019.
Please stop. Please stop. This hurts really, really bad. I'm serious.
That I no longer have confidence in his ability during routine contacts and stressful situations. Carroll resigned before he could be terminated. So this is what I'm talking about with leadership, folks, okay? This is the reason why I will run for mayor, I will run for governor, and I will win. Because the people are sick of the resignation loophole. The resignation loophole, Carroll resigned before he could be terminated. So that means if he resigns before he can be terminated, and this could be fixed by Gavin Newsom, this could be fixed by David Yosh over in Ohio, this could be fixed by Greg Abbott in Texas, that says in the city contract that we sign with the dirty cops who have a monopoly on force, it would just take out the part where you can resign and then it doesn't go on your jacket for the next pig shack you go work at. Could you imagine that? That this dirty pig who did this to David, then it would follow him and it would go on his jacket. And the cops wouldn't be able to hire it, wouldn't be able to hide it. And then his peace officer certificate post or his cleat certificate would then be able to be suspended and revoked. One mayor, one governor could change one city contract and there would be no more resignation loophole. So then how come they won't do it? He could lose his credentials to serve as a police officer in Arizona. Put a 1 in the chat if that's not going to happen. Put a 1 in the chat if it's not going to happen. He's not going to lose his credentials. He's not going to lose his job. He's going to resign for a year or two, then pop right back up at a new pig shack. And then any time that he didn't get paid for, he'll sue for that back time. And because the shitty city contract or state contract or borough, municipality, district contract, then he'll get all of his back pay. And the Fraternal Order of Police blindly will send in their attorney, their advocate, to fight for this pig so that he gets all of his back pay. When you clearly saw what he did to David just now. Oh, and then they always say this. Glendale Police is facing an FBI investigations. Yeah, the FBI. More cops, more cops will show up and say, oh, you guys should have done it like this. We're going to give you a consent decree. We're going to watch you for the next year. And then nothing happens. It's the same bullshit. Until we get a third-party agency that is in charge of disciplining these dirty cops, nothing will change. So where's the governor or mayor who goes, you know what? No more internal affairs. We're bringing in a third party of ex-cops and ex-prosecutors to go after bad cops. The ones who call me on the phone. Keep calling me, guys. I appreciate it. The ex-cops who call me on the phone that say we could root this problem out. Johnny Wheatcraft was prone and handcuffed on the ground when defendant Schneider pulled down plaintiff's shorts and tased him in the crotch. You guys remember this? I remember this. Tased him in the testicles. And, I always called it the gooch or the taint. I guess it's called the perineum. Is that what it's called? Who calls it the gooch? Dale Lavish? Who calls it the gooch? Get him in the gooch or in the taint. Dennis Norman with a super chat. Yes. You guys, just so you know, this video has already been demonetized. In my studio, I can take a picture and show you. This video is already demonetized. Thank you so much for the super chat, Dennis. Yes. Yes. Thank you, my brother. People powered. We don't stop. Put in the comment section. We don't stop. We don't stop. The video is already demonetized. It's crazy. I just started. Please don't take my mommy. Oh, I remember this one. Do you guys remember this video? I could pull this up. Do you guys remember this? Dennis, thank you so much for your support, brother. Do you guys remember the Wheatcraft video? And Levish has been a member for 2 months. Levish, I remember when you came in a couple months ago. Blue Line Transparency became a member. Welcome. Listen, there's only going to be a couple hundred of us here at the most at one time. YouTube will not promote my videos. So consider becoming a channel member. It's like $3 or $4 a month, but then you get this little cool square by your name. Let me pull up the Johnny Wheatcraft video. I got a couple more videos to show you. And let me read this out loud. I'm done around with you. Oh, man. Protecting and serving. The actions that occurred during this incident in Arizona is not representative of those that serve the city of Glendale each and every day. Put a 1 in the chat if this is representative every single day. Put a 1 in the chat if every single day these dirty cops, Blue Line Transparency, thank you for becoming a member. If every single day these dirty cops are beating, abusing, graping, attacking, punishing, beating, cheating, caging, arresting, charging, maliciously prosecuting every single day, I don't have to look far for content. Just open up Reddit, open up Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and then there's a whole bunch of content to cover. Every single day, the Joker, Kevin K, every day, it's the same. But of course, they're going to say these actions are not representative of our entire agency. No. Most of them are very, very good cops. All of them are good cops. And you'll hear the majority of cops, I would say, 99% of the cops in this department are really good. They're really good, right? How many times Lavish got a membership for somebody else? Robbie Owl, a.k.a. Hooter Canady, got a membership from Lavesh. Thank you, Lavesh. Thank you, Lavesh. I appreciate it. Thanks for the support, guys. I really appreciate it. But the actions are not indicative of all the cops. It's just a few bad apples. The decision to move forward with terminating Carroll was made as these behaviors do not meet the department's standards. I'm sure the next word's going to be standards. Hold on a second. Commitment, nor the high standards that our community deserves. Oh, are there high standards? Because last I checked, you guys will hire anybody with a pulse that doesn't have a criminal record. Of course. It's just so regular. I got a couple other videos here, man. I've got a couple other videos. Get a shareable link. I got a lot of videos to show you guys. Remember, I was in Henderson, Nevada with my family as we had a family member go down, and now I'm back, and I had a lot of videos I wanted to cover when I was there. Okay, so now you're going to get to see it again. You guys, do me a favor. Put Team DLZ in the chat. Team DLZ. Put it in the chat. Team Delete Lawz is in the hizzy today. Cope Dogged Dog. Blow your mind. It's just a few bad apples. Remember that. You guys follow my Instagram? Who follows my Instagram? Delete_Lawz. Do you guys follow my Instagram account? Who follows my Instagram account? Because on all my videos on Instagram, I put it's just a few bad apples. And here's another, just a few one.
Joke.
Put your hands behind your back now!
Sure. Go ahead. Yeah, you ain't got to say it, do you? You're pissing me off.
I don't understand
Do
what
not
I
tell
did.
me what to do.
So remember, this guy is on his own property at his own house. He hasn't done anything wrong. He's on his own property.
Period.
Said,
Well, I'll tell you, you didn't say any goddamn thing. I'm telling you now, you're a fucking cop, and I don't like talking to cops.
Okay.
And then you're telling me where I can and can't stand, and then you're trying to make me go sit down and telling me I can't go back in my fucking house. Who the fuck are you to tell me anything?
And we've allowed this. We've allowed this standardization that cops can order us around and violate our liberty constantly. And you and I and the rest of society has allowed this to happen. As soon as backup arrives, what do you think the pigtail is going to do? What do you think the pigtail is going to do once backup arrives? That's right, Bob Smith. He has more rights inside of his house. That's right.
You are to tell me anything.
The way that you're speaking to me right now,
It's what?
I'm thinking of officer safety. That's it.
The way you talk is scaring me. I can't have you talk to me that way. I got to think about officer safety. Terry versus Ohio, 1968. There's Kent versus Doley's 58. So Terry versus Ohio.
Okay.
You.
What do you mean?
That's what I mean. Is
Okay.
fuck you. And fuck you. If you look at this, fuck you too.
If you could talk, all right.
Okay, so now once backup arrives, what do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen now that backup has arrived on the scene? Anybody? Anybody? What do you think is going to happen, Rancho Relaxo?
You need to go sit down.
You need to get the fuck out of my face. And
Yeah.
do not step towards me again.
I'm not playing with you. Go sit
Go
down.
fuck yourself. I'm not sitting down. I'm waiting right here until you guys
Okay.
do this shit out.
I gave you a lot.
Okay, so he said, I'm waiting right here at my house until you guys leave, which is, there's nothing illegal about that.
Order to not go in the house. You didn't do that. We're cool.
There you go.
Right?
So go
Sit
take
down.
care of your fucking business and then get the hell out of the property.
You don't tell me what to do.
You okay?
Yes, he does.
No, you're yelling at my partner.
I don't give a
Sit there and-
fuck. Your fucking partner's a fucking piece of shit. Telling me what I can and can't motherfucking do at my own.
We're here to investigate something.
Then
They ain't gonna
fucking
be screaming at
and me and
And then she goes hands on, folks. I want you to notice that. Put pigtail goes hands on. Pigtail goes hands on. Because he was just standing there talking. Pigtail goes hands on. And once a pigtail goes hands on, then the actual muscle, the men have to step in to back up what the pigtail has done.
your fucking partner's a fucking piece of shit.
Okay, which he can think that all he wants.
Telling me what I can and can't motherfucking do at my own.
We're here to investigate something. They
Then
ain't gonna
fucking
be screaming at
and me and me.
And she goes hands on. There it is. And once she goes hands on, well, then the actual muscle is going to back her up.
Man, look,
Up to 13. We got you're fighting.
I'm not fucking.
And isn't it funny how they always radio, he's fighting us? Imagine if he actually did fight.
Listen, stop. You're gonna get
Boy, I
tased.
tell you what.
You're gonna get
Tell me
tased.
what?
You hear
For
me?
what?
Stop.
He's still got a cigarette in his hand. He's not trying to actually fist fight anybody.
What?
Turn around. Put your hands behind your back now.
No.
There it is. Now, if you don't turn around and submit like a little bitch so they can Terry pat you, you're now resisting arrest. Remember that. More backup on the way.
I am not.
And look how scared they both are. They're both so scared. But why does he have to go in torture cuffs to begin with?
Put your hands behind your back now.
Joke.
Put your hands behind your back now.
Put your hands behind your back now! Put your hands behind your back! It's the most annoying shit I've ever heard.
You gonna comply or not?
Dude, let me
Alright.
let me get rid of my cigarette and then I'll gladly put my hands.
I'm not playing your game. Put your cigarettes
I won't gladly put my hands behind my back anytime.
down. Put your hands behind your back now.
And look at her. She just can't help but escalate.
You don't need to be grabbing on me. Put the fucking cuffs on me.
Altitude 13, one secure.
That's the 1973 case of Robinson versus It's Here. So you're going to get, there's Pennsylvania versus Mims. There's Arkansas versus Sanders. So this is going to be back in 1977. And then as we move forward, so 73 is going to be Robinson. Here's United States versus Ross that allows them to search your whole car when they pull you over. But U.S. versus Robinson should be right here in 73. So it's going to be back this way right there. United States versus Robinson allows them to do what's called search incident to arrest. They couldn't search your whole person and everything on your body until 1973. Correlate that with when blacks in America were free. Blacks in America were freed in 1968 with New Kent County, with Greene versus New Kent County, which is right here in 68, right above Terry versus Ohio. It's right here. Greene versus City School Board of New Kent County. So in 1968, black people were officially freed in America. And in the holding here, because at first people had to desegregate with all due promptness, but then Hugo Black, who was a lifetime member of the KKK, then gave an order that said, you have to desegregate. So we desegregated America in 1968. It was not desegregated in 1954 with Brown versus Board of Education, which is going to be a little further back right here. Brown versus Board of Education did not desegregate America. It did not. Especially the South. You had the Southern Coalition that said, we're not going to desegregate. So then remember, search incident to arrest happens in 1973 in Robinson, right here, United States versus Robinson. That's when search incident to arrest happened. Black people had only been freed for 5 years. Search incident to arrest happens so that cops can search black people. I mean, our entire country is based on racism and prohibition. Prohibition of alcohol, prohibition of marijuana, prohibition of drugs. Any kind of prohibition created all these Supreme Court case laws that completely work against us, work against freedom. And the big one is racism. It's always racism. When you get to the Supreme Court, remember Robinson here, United States versus Robinson. Robinson's a black guy. It's just consistent, and I'm sorry if people don't like it, but I'm going to tell the truth, whether you guys like it or not. I'm going to tell the truth, and I'm going to explain to you what happened in our country and how we lost our freedoms, and you can choose to listen, or you can look it up yourself and prove me wrong, but I'm not wrong.
Slow everyone down. Let's go. We're going to my car.
For what?
It doesn't matter. You're detained right now.
I'm asking you if I'm under arrest.
I said it doesn't matter. You are not under arrest. You are being detained right now. And you will walk to my car, or else I'll
drag you there, she says. Okay, so now here's the whole thing, right? So he's not even arrested. He's been shackled. They're going to take him to a cage in a car, strap him into the cage, shut the door, but he's not yet arrested. He's only detained. And where does that principle come from? Where does that whole idea come from, that he's only detained? From the 1968 case called Terry versus Ohio. During the oral arguments, they actually argued if it was little arrested or big arrested, because they can't say that you're seized because then you're arrested. They had to create this magical detainment land for black people that would only apply to black people. But now it applies to all of us. And how's it going? Because it looks to me like this is a great big white boy right here getting shackled up like a pig. But remember, in 68, Terry versus Ohio was only going to apply to black people and factory workers who wouldn't fall in line. And we learned that through the 1920s and Eugene Debs' entire life.
I'll drive you there.
You might have to.
Okay, great.
If I'm under arrest.
Yeah, you are under arrest, but the Supreme Court changed the meaning of what arrested is.
I said it doesn't matter. You are not under arrest. You are being detained right now. And you will walk to my car, or else I'll drive you there.
You might have to.
Okay, great. Well, then you'll get charged with resisting.
I thought you already said I was resisting.
You are resisting. Do you want me to charge you with it?
I'm letting this mother exit.
Let's go now!
Are you done doing your thing?
Pigtail escalates. Put it in the comments for me. Pigtail escalates. That's what she does. The pigtail escalates.
Yep. Let's go, bud. Hey, dude.
And then what happens as soon as the pigtail loses her mind? And, you know, I have family all over the world. And one of my family members who had a hand in my raising, my upbringing, she got really offended when I went out to a protest and I told the copper on the scene, you shouldn't be in this position. I have no problem with women in positions of power whatsoever. I voted for a woman for president, not Kamala, but the Peace and Liberty Party candidate here in California. That's who I voted for president. I have a problem when women escalate physical violence on men and then wait for the men to come in and back them up. And women do it all the time in policing. So to my aunt out there who said that I've lost all credibility as a journalist because I said women are not equal to men, I stand by that. Women are not equal to men. Men are not equal to women. We can't give birth. We're different. We're different completely. Women should not be in a position where they're physically in charge of a man, where they have to use force to be in charge of a man. Because here's what happens to my beautiful aunt, who was so offended by that I said women should not be cops. They shouldn't.
This thing. Do you want to try me with it?
I'm letting this mother bitch.
She escalates, screaming and yelling and losing her composure completely and utterly.
Go now!
Let's go now. She loses her shit.
Well, then you'll get charged with resisting.
I thought you already said I was resisting.
You are resisting. Do you want to try me with it?
I'm letting this mother bitch.
Let's go now!
Are you done doing your thing?
Yep, let's go, bud.
Hey, dude.
Don't you hey, dude, me.
And now the man comes in to do the actual bidding of the violence to him when he's already shackled up like a pig.
Oh, you talking motherfucker.
No, I'm talking to you.
Yeah, it's fine. Go ahead, talk.
Put your hands.
There it is. There it is. And that's just a microcosm of what pigtails in policing actually does. We saw from the very beginning, she escalated it. She lost her composure. He was just sitting there screaming, yelling on his own property. He had every right to do so. I hope this guy could get the funds together to get a lawyer. Is that Chevy in the chat? What's up, Chevy? Chevy's in the chat, everybody. Pro Se America. Pro Se America, let's schedule some time to talk about your case that you have ongoing here. And then Danelle Brown is here. Rancho Relaxo, John Lund, the Joker is here. Mama Rages. All my rowdy friends are coming over tonight. Good to see everybody in the chat. I got a lot of videos for you today.
Sex act.
Prior to being a judge over 33 years ago, I was in law enforcement as a member of the DA's office and head of organized crime.
So now, the judge used to be a piggy, okay? Head of organized crime, right? They all have these like really super official titles. Like I went to I'm a drug recognition expert because I went to a couple classes and they told me this and that. So that makes me a drug recognition expert. This judge used to be a piggy.
To perform sex act.
Prior to being a judge over 33 years ago, I was in law enforcement as a member.
So 33 years ago, before he became a lawyer and a judge, he was in law enforcement. Put a 1 in the chat if you hate the term law enforcement. They should be called peace officers, rights protectors, not law enforcers. Chevy, did you hear that? Did you hear Chevy?
The DA's office and head of organized crime.
And the head of organized crime. Of course, he was a bigwig in the copper industry.
Ashamed of that. This hurts.
So these cops were convicted.
James Nichols and Luis Valenzuela accepted plea deals and a 25-year prison term to avoid trial and the possibility of life behind bars. The men worked together in the Hollywood division, and prosecutors say between 2008 and 2011, they preyed on 4 women they'd arrested for drug-related offenses who were acting as informants. The women said the officers pressured them to perform sex acts to avoid going to jail. They say they were attacked in alleys, apartments, and the officers' patrol car. At one point,
so these cops, let me get their names in the beginning, and I'll see if I can find another. His name,
James Nichols and Luis Valenzuela,
James Nichols and Luis Venezuela of the Los Angeles Police Department. I'm not sure if you guys know this or not, but when I was wrongfully arrested in 2001, and I had to face all these ridiculous charges that I later beat and were dismissed, so people who I have sued for defamation, an arrest does not mean a conviction. You claimed that an arrest means a conviction, so I'm suing you for defamation for saying that. And of course I will, because I was never a dope dealer at all whatsoever. I was taking a chemical for my body because I was a fitness model, and it was a part of what I did. But the point is when I was arrested in 2002, Then later, these dirty pigs from the LAPD followed me around, stalked me. When I went to go on a run, when I drove my car, they would pull up next to me and say things to me. These dirty pigs here in LA. I lived it. It was real.
Plea deals and a 25-year.
Hurts.
James Nichols and Luis Valenzuela accepted plea deals and a 25-year prison term to avoid trial and the possibility of life behind bars. The men worked together in the Hollywood division, and prosecutors say between 2008 and 2011, they preyed on 4 women they'd arrested for drug-related offenses who were acting as informants. The women said the officers pressured them to perform sex acts to avoid going to jail. They say they were attacked in alleys, apartments, and the officers' patrol car. At one point, Valenzuela also allegedly pointed a gun at one woman. Now, a deputy DA spoke with us right after the plea deal was accepted. Both called the crimes particularly heinous because of the authority that officers have when they put on those badges.
So they set up these 4 women and then graped them over and over and over again, is what they did. They graped them in their car. They graped them at locations. They would just make them perform sex acts on them because they had leverage over them to put them in a freaking dungeon. Dan Howard, hello, Chille. What happened to Felicia from Australia? Not sure. I think she's still around.
Prior to
Dan Howard with a super chat. What's up, Playboy? Thanks a lot for the super chat. I really appreciate it.
a judge.
Thanks, Dan Howard. Yeah, and now just a little bit of fun, just a little bit. And I saw this earlier, and I was like, I got to show this. Pigs chasing pigs. Put in the comment section. Dan Howard with a $50 super chat. Yes, Danny! Thanks for the support, Dan. I really appreciate it. Eat my shorts, copper, you dirty pigs. This, to me, is the epitome of what it's all about. Have a little fun here, right? They got a pig running down the road. Pigs chasing pigs right here, folks. Pig stops and turns on a dime. Oh my goodness. It just doesn't stop. The fun just does not stop. I mean, it really doesn't. Let me interact with this bad chicken real quick. So this part to me, Jamonte Pettigrew with a $10 super chat. What's up, Jamonte? Yeah! Hell yeah! Thanks, man. Dan and Jamonte, thanks, you guys. I really appreciate the support. We don't stop. I'm not going to stop. YouTube has fucking with me so bad. I'm not going to stop. You can't get me to stop. There's nothing you're going to say that's going to get me to stop. You can't get me to stop. You'll have to kill me first because I'm not stopping. We can't stop until we get to where we got to be.
Stick away, you pussy ass bitch. Put that stick away, you pussy ass.
Okay, so let me explain something here. You have every right to defend yourself from the man who just attacked you. He cannot walk up to you and put his hands on you unlawfully. Now, it looks like they got a bunch of other Nazi pigs there to back him up, but I swear to God, if you see this happen, I will defend myself. If a cop walks up to me and puts his hands on me unlawfully as one man fighting another man, then he will be fought. It's that simple. You don't walk up to me and put your fucking hands on me, you dirty fucking pig. You don't put your hands on me outside of a lawful reason to touch me. This pig walked up to this guy and put his hands on him as one man would go after another man on an even playing field. But he's backed up with a badge and stick and taser and a bunch of other pigs. I tell you what, you do this to me, you dirty fucking pigs, and you're going to have a fight on your hands, and we're going to fight right there in the street.
Stick away, you pussy ass
See, there was no warning to step back. There was no perimeter set up. There was nothing lawful about this. This is simply a battery on a citizen. And if that cop pushes you that way, you can fight back. The other pigs are going to jump you. But I tell you what, you son of a bitch, I'll get a hold of you. I'll give you a knuckle sandwich the size of a wasp, swatting you right on the tip of the nose. Tell you what, for the glory of Christ is in the chat, everybody. He went at him clapping.
Stick away, you pussy ass bitch. Put that stick away, you pussy ass.
Oh, dude. Let me tell you something. That's illegal. The cop can't lawfully do that to you. If the cop illegally puts his hands on you, you could put your hands on him. Just like we saw a Long Island audit, when that cop spit in his face, Long Island audit could have defended himself. But the guy had a gun in his hand. So you have to know when to defend yourself and when to live, when to make sure that you can live to be on another day. Yeah, dirty pig. Dirty pig. Put it in the chat. JBTP, Jackboot Thug Pig. Put it in the comment section if you would, please. JBTP, Danelle Brown. What is going on? What is going on? Yes, I'm over 18. Okay, so this video here, this happens. This copper is in a store. Off-duty police officer drew his gun on a gas station customer he mistakenly suspected of shoplifting. So the equivalency of shoplifting now is you get a gun to your head. But the accusation turned out to be completely and utterly false.
Which are these? 119. That guy.
Hey, keep that back. 15 seconds. Any police officers.
I paid for it.
What? What? This dirty pig just pulled a gun out for a dude he thought he stuffed something in his pocket at a convenience store?
Police officers.
I just paid for this.
Put it back. Hey, keep that back. 15 seconds. Any police officers.
So where does the pig think he sees stealing?
That
guy.
Hey, keep that back. 15 seconds. Any police officers.
I paid for it.
Put it back. Police officers.
I just paid for this.
Put it back. You tried stealing that
No,
from you.
I just paid.
Get your cash and leave.
Hey,
Get your cash and leave.
I just paid.
Did he pay for this?
Yeah.
He paid for it?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
My apologies, sir. My apologies.
This cop didn't run into me because I would tell him to go himself right to his face. I would put my finger right in his fucking face and say, "Fuck you, pig. Fuck you dirty fucking pig." Great police work. I guess he's never going to make detective. He must be a beat patrol cop.
Thank you.
612. You know who I am, right?
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
You know who I am, right? You're a douchebag pig is who you are. Douchebag pig is who you are. Pathetic. Just pathetic. I mean, we are living in the absolute worst of times. We are living in the worst of times. And the thing that makes it really, really shitty is that there's so many people who are bootlickers and copsuckers that just completely and utterly buy into this shit, that these cops are somehow good people when they absolutely are not good people. The majority of these cops, I saw this guy's channel and I wanted to promote it. I just didn't see any videos that I could promote on his channel. It's just, I just want to make sure that we get enough people who are, oh yeah, this is a, and I've gone just completely scorched earth as far as if I'm just going to tell the truth. That's what I'm going to do. So if people don't like it, then I understand. They're going to unsubscribe. They're going to send me emails and tell me what a terrible person I am. I get it. But I'm going to tell the truth, whether you like it or not. So if you can't take that truth, I understand. There's a lot of channels on YouTube. There's a billion channels. You can go to another channel. But I'm going to tell the truth. And this video, I'm going to tell the truth. So don't get your feelers in a bind here, because this is absolute and total racism. And it's disgusting. And it has to stop. It absolutely has to stop. So this is a black guy who has a Corvette. Now, not everything in America is racist. Not everything is racist. I don't think that everything is racist. I think if you're a failure, you're not a failure because you're black. I don't think everything in this country is racist. Policing is inherently racist. If you didn't know that, now you know. And if you can't take it, I'm sorry, but it's true.
Now y'all gotta run the dog.
So now there's a dog jumping up on his blue Corvette. I don't understand that.
Ain't this something, bud?
I looked up this guy's Instagram. I sent him a message to reach out to me. I want to interview him. I want to talk to him. I want to know more details about this stop.
Dog ain't about to find nothing in my car, brother. I'm a legitimate businessman. I make $500,000 a year. I ain't gotta sell no drugs. Y'all tripping.
I looked up his company and I couldn't see if he makes $500,000 a year. That's a lot of money, $500,000 a year.
Oh, tweaking. If that dog hit on my car, y'all got some fluke shit going on.
It's a shame with how they treat those dogs as well.
In there, brother.
Just
serious.
Disgusting.
I knew y'all were just fucking with me. See that, Ruben? Well, you know, whatever. That's super funny.
It's really not super funny. And this is in your trifold, by the way. I believe it's the 2018 case of Rodriguez versus United States, that police cannot extend a stop and bring a drug dog out unless there's reasonable articulable suspicion, which is way lower than probable cause. But unless the cop can reasonably articulably suspect and articulate that single criminality that you're a drug courier. Now, how he could have gotten that, the way the cop could have gotten that is from the 1989 case of Socolow. So Socolow is going to be Socolow versus United States, 1989. Tennessee versus Garner's 85. So right there, where is Socolow? Let me just take a look here. Illinois versus Gates is here. Socolow is here above United States versus Ross. So this case right here, how can your car get searched? And I'll pop it in for you guys because I really want you guys to understand the case law and how can your car get searched? How can your car just get searched like that? How can they bring a drug dog out and just search your vehicle? Now, Socolow is not in your trifold. It'll be in the next batch of trifolds. But right here, the 1989 case of Sokolow. What this case specifically did in 1989, and you can see it playing out right here. You can see it playing out right here. You see that right there? They got a drug dog and they're searching the man's car. And why is that? It's because of this case right here. All the cop has to ask you is, hey, where are you coming from? Coming from home. Well, where's home? Oh, it's over by Arlington and 5th. And you go, okay, cool. Where are you heading? I'm going to 127 Main Street. The cop then, using the Socolow case, can create what's called a drug courier profile on you, saying that in my training and experience now becomes something that's testifiable at court. They make sure they exemplify this in the holding in United States versus Socolow, that the cop's training and experience is now a valid, legitimate, legal metric to determine that you are a drug courier. So if the cop says, where are you coming from? And you tell him where you're coming from. And the cop says, where are you going? And you tell him where you're going. With that information alone right there, what they can then do is they can call out a drug dog to search your car, and you have to sit there and watch them search your car. And why do you have to watch them search your car? Because you told them where you're coming from and where you're going. Now the cop's training and experience kicks in, and he says, well, then I'm absolutely sure that this person is a drug courier. And that's how your car gets searched. Because we went over yesterday, we went over the 1977 case of Chadwick, the 1979 case of Arkansas versus Sanders, jumped to the 1982 case of Ross, United States versus Ross, where it wipes out the Chadwick protection and it wipes out the Sanders protection that you can have a locked case or you can bring a new case into your car. So let me just explain it. Chadwick said that if you had a locked glove box, they had to get a warrant for that. Then after Chadwick case 1977, in 1979, Sanders versus Arkansas, which is right here, right above my head, Sanders versus Arkansas said that if you brought a piece of luggage onto your car that had a lock on it, that the cops had to get a warrant to open your luggage. Well, in 1982, in the case of Ross, which should be here, the 1982, oh, I see why I can't, there it is. The 1982 case of Ross, what this case allows them to do is now search any container in your car, locked or not, if they have probable cause to believe. Probable cause to believe comes from the 1949 case of Brenniger versus United States. So the way this guy's car right now is being searched is he must have told them where he was coming from and where he was going, because if you simply tell the cops where you're coming from and where you're going, that's enough for them to create a drug courier profile on you. What I recommend that you do is that you use this handy dandy trifold right here and you say, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. And you don't answer a single question, especially where you're coming from or where you're going, or they'll create a drug courier profile on you.
How many times you gonna walk them around it, man?
Dan Howard with 10 gifted memberships. Holy snarling snake shit. Dan Howard, thanks, man. I just saw that. I just saw it. Awesome jacket dude got a membership. Just a girl. Desade, TDG, Medicated One, Dolly Partons, Tsunami Gamer, Lady Killer, Enraged. All you guys got memberships because of Dan Howard. Thank you, Dan Howard. I just saw that. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate the support. We got 12 memberships on this live stream. Let's try to get to 100. Let's try to get to 100 memberships. Consider becoming a channel member. Hit the join button at the bottom of your screen. Thank you for the support.
How many times you gonna do it? He ain't hitting. How many times you gonna walk him around it, man? How many times you gonna do it? He ain't hitting.
He's gonna walk him around as many times as it takes. They was big mad.
Y'all just ran my name. I never had a drug case in my life. I don't even know why y'all suspecting drugs. Why do y'all suspect drugs? Y'all suspect drugs because I'm black and it's a Corvette?
Yes, that's right. The driver of the car absolutely, completely, and totally got it. He suspects you're a drug dealer because you're black and driving a Corvette. Yes, that's correct. That's exactly correct. This is racism. You're watching it. Well, I mean, would they do it to you too if you were not black? Yes, they would. But is it more enhanced because you're black? 3 times more enhanced.
Like, little man, come over here, brother. Come here, Ruben.
You can step on the front. Who's step in the front of the car? Yeah.
Okay.
And now he gets to order you around. Go stand over here. Go stand over there. He has total dominion over your being. Chevy with 10 gifted memberships. Holy snarling snake shit. We're on our way now, folks. Patrick F. got one. Don got a membership. Right on. Karishma's got a membership. Brooks got a membership. Nikki got a membership. Nick got your boy got a membership. Ray J got a membership. All right, Chevy. Thanks a lot, buddy. I appreciate that, Chevy. Thank you, dude. Dirty cops, man. I mean, and to go back to Jilly V's in the chat. Good to see you, Jilly V. So to go back to whether or not it's racism or not, did he get targeted because he was black and in a Corvette? Because that's the beginning right there. Is the process racist? No. The process is designed for everybody, right? Terry versus Ohio was only created for everybody, not just for black people. But was he pulled over specifically because he was a black guy driving a blue Corvette? Because if he was targeted specifically because he's a black guy driving a sports car, then we do have to call it racist. Now, if you driving the car had the same melanation as I did, and you were driving the car, you may not be pulled over. Because to the cops, a non-melanated guy driving the car compared to a melanated man means that the white guy can afford the car, but the black guy can't. And I think he kind of, maybe he pumped up his numbers a little bit and said, oh, where's Dan Cochran? Dan Cochran changed his username. I hope you show up in this chat, Dan Cochran. But we have to consider the history of policing, and the reason why it's so violent is because of the 1850 Fugitive Slave Act. It's back here on the wall on the timeline. The 1850 Fugitive Slave Act said that you could do anything you wanted to someone if they were wanted, dead or alive. And that's the brand of violence we see in policing today.
You see all this, Ruben? When you make too much money, when you do good in life, and you start a business, and you make too much money, and you buy something nice, this is how they treat you.
Hey, sir.
This is how they treat you.
So, it's going to be citations today. They're not mandatory appearances, okay?
No,
so,
I don't give a damn about what you're talking about, bro.
So can
y'all just embarrassed me in front
Y'all just embarrassed me. So I looked it up, just so you guys know. I looked up Blue Note 727. I tracked this guy down. I reached out to him and said, hey, I want to have you on my channel on YouTube. I want to have a discussion with you. And I have not heard back. I mean, $500,000 a year is a lot of money. If he's making that amount of money, can I work for you, bro? Because you're making a lot of money. That's a lot of money. And I'm going to show you a video now that's a little bit fun, but at the same time, it's not really that funny. Have you guys seen this yet? Put a 1 in the chat if you guys have seen this. Have you guys seen this video? Because this woman is completely and utterly unhinged. She is off the rails. She's totally crazy. You know what? You know what? You know what? She's going to say, you know what? You know what? You know what? She's completely off the rails. I'll play it through one time and then I'll give some commentary on it. But just watch this right here. This is crazy. This chick is nuts. And if you see, this is the problem with Dumpster Fire, is that he brings out these kinds of people right here. He brings out the people who are like, I'm entitled to be here because I'm American and I think you're an illegal. And you get people like this who are just monsters.
You know what?
You know what?
Because you're an illegal. You know what?
You know what? Get used to hearing that. You know what?
You know what? Because you're an illegal and you know what? You don't live in Flower Mound and you're door dashing. You know what? Why are you entitled to be here with an illegal car? Go ahead.
I don't know.
You know what? I'll do that.
Just is homophobic?
No, speak English?
Yeah.
Well, then speak it.
But why?
But why? You know what? You're in Flower Mound. You know what? Go speak your language back in Mexico. You know what? Exactly. Hey, you're taking away jobs. You think it's funny?
You know what? You're taking away jobs.
Okay.
You know what? You know what? And the crazy part about this Karen is that she really truly believes that she's entitled to do this to another person. Let's say the person is here illegally. Let's just say they are. And let's say they're driving DoorDash and they're here illegally. I have no problem with that. None whatsoever. I'm not one of these people like, the law is the law. You got to do the law. Over the line, dude. Mark it 0. If this woman is here illegally and she's driving DoorDash and she's not violating any crimes, she's not committing crimes against anybody else, then I have no problem with her being here. I have a problem with people who are rapists and murderers being here. And oh, by the way, that horrible drug problem that we have in America was not brought on by the Mexicans and by the Chinese. That was brought on by prohibiting drugs. That's the reason we have a drug problem here, because we prohibited drugs. And that creates it to be kind of a bad thing that we're going to get away with. It's so frustrating.
I can get in your face too.
You know what? You know what? You know what?
Thank you.
Wow. She really is crazy.
You know what? Because you're an illegal and you know what?
Look how crazy she looks. Look at the crazy in her eyes. You know what? You know what? Because you're here illegal. You know what?
You don't live in Flower Mound and you're door dashing. You know what? Why are you entitled to be here with an illegal car? Go ahead.
I don't know.
You know what? I'll do that.
She said, you know what, in 10 seconds, 3 times.
Just is homophobic?
It's not homophobic. It's that she's empowered by the idea that if you're not here and you don't have legal papers, that they should be able to treat you like trash. And her life is so miserable that she wants to treat somebody else like trash so she feels better about herself.
No, speak English?
Yeah.
Well, then speak it.
But why?
But why? You know what? You're in Flower Mound.
You know what? There's the 4th one. You're in Flower Mound.
You know what? Go speak your language back in Mexico. You know what? Exactly.
You know what? That's the 5th one.
Hey, you're taking away jobs. You think it's funny?
You're taking away jobs by door dashing? Sure about that?
Okay.
Now she's going to go over and take a picture of her license plate.
I can get in your face too.
I mean, and this is the problem when people are like, oh, it's illegal, so that means it's automatically bad. Remember, in this country, it used to be legal to own people. It used to be legal to own people. And if I owned somebody and they ran away, then the government could legally go get that person, kidnap them, and drag them back so that I could own them again. And that was upheld for 200 years. So I don't know what people are talking about. It's illegal. All kinds of things. We used to have child labor in this country where the children did most of the work, where you would have 6 or 7 kids so that the kids would work in the factories and the mills and in the coal mines so that you could live a normal life while your children would go and work, and children would work 80 to 100 hours a week. And that was perfectly legal. Upheld. I'll go through all the child labor cases this week. It was perfectly legal to own people. It was perfectly legal for massive child labor. So if it's just legal or illegal and that is your metric, then you may want to search some of these Supreme Court cases, because the Boggs Act right here, 1952, I believe it was passed. The Boggs Act used to give you an automatic 10 years for marijuana. The Boggs Act is no longer law. It was abolished. It was wiped away. But the Boggs Act in 1952 meant you went to jail for 10 years for a marijuana joint. But it's no longer anymore. It's no longer. What other cases on here? I don't want to get too far off track. Tenney versus Brandoff, 1951. This case right here, there used to be committees in America. The Tenney Committee was based on creating committees that would investigate anything that was un-American. We don't have Tenney committees anymore. But back then, if you had said, hey, that committee that investigates people who are un-American is illegal, they would have said, no, it's perfectly legal. The Tenney committee said that it's legal, but Tenney versus Brandoff is the one who fought back against it, and the Tenney committee was eventually abolished. You're looking at McCarthyism around 1951. World War II is going to go from 1941 to 1945, and really it's even a smaller window if you study history, 43 to 45, depending on the exact implementation of troops. You can argue it a lot of different ways, but the point is this was one time a legal thing, but it's not legal anymore. So that's what I'm saying. People who are like, oh, it's illegal. I'm not really sure what that comment means. I don't really know what you mean by your comment. But that's the whole point, is that just because it was illegal doesn't mean that it's just. And that's what we're dealing with. I mean, that's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with things that are and by the way, these ICE Nazis, you guys are going to get arrested. The ICE Nazis are going to get arrested. And I'm showing you this video right here. Good to see you, Maxim. Thanks for hitting me up today, Maxim. Maxim wants a hoodie. Maxim wants a hoodie. So I only have 1 or 2 larges left, Maxim, but I will try to save you one, dude. But Maxim is the guy that got shot by the Massachusetts police in his house unjustly, and he's fighting back against the system. So let me tell you how far we've gone, and I'm gonna show you this video. Let me show you how far we've gone. Our police agencies, the law enforcers, instead of rights protectors or peace officers, they have now become so accustomed to do anything that makes the department money. Well, what makes the department money? Putting cops on the side of the road hiding to arrest you, that makes the department money. They're going to get tickets. They're going to get tows. It's going to make the department money. Anything the departments today that doesn't make the police department money, especially civil asset forfeiture or criminal asset forfeiture, the police don't want that to happen. They don't want to deal. We saw this with the rape kits. You guys remember the rape kits? Was it in North Carolina, South Carolina? Where was it? Was it in Arkansas, where there was like 450 rape kits that had not been investigated? So instead of investigating them, they just burned them, literally threw them in an incinerator and said, oh, these cases don't exist anymore because there's no money in investigating rape kits. This video is already demonetized. They demonetized it after my first video. It's in my studio. So I was like, well, fuck it. If it's going to be, you can send them packing, Greg. You can send them packing permanently. I don't give a shit, dude. You can send them packing, there's no point. Don't let them distract what we're doing here. We only have a limited audience when we stream in horizontal. So anyway, so the cops have been programmed to only go after things that makes the department money. And this officer is a prime example. In her training where they drill it into your head, officer safety above everything else, that this copper right here has been trained. Hey, does that make the department money? It doesn't? Then why are you doing it? Oh, is that going to make the department money? It's not going to make the department money? Well, then why are you doing it? And so this cop here, she gets some information. She should act on it, but she's worried that it's going to cost the department resources and not make the department any money.
So what makes you think that these are landmines?
Looking them up and the fact that we've done this magnificent before and we've seen them before.
Okay.
So we figured we'd give you guys a call and take a look. This is the one that had the most concern, is this big one right here.
So they're magnet fishing. That's when you take a great big magnet, stick it on a rope, throw it out into the water, and then just drag it back. And whatever's on the bottom that's metal, your magnet will grab it and you pull it back in. It's called magnet fishing. So he's explaining that they've grabbed something that looks like a mortar or a bomb and it hasn't gone off yet. And so they called the police, which is what magnet fishers do.
Okay, but you took it out of the water and you put it in?
Yes.
Yeah.
We found them.
Didn't go off.
Right, which is a good thing. We're actually with magnet fishing. If you pull something out like this, obviously with it drying out, it caused them to explode. So right away we put them in water and came back over here. So we've only had them out.
So other than it being a similar shape, because it's obviously very deteriorated.
Yeah.
How can you say for sure that this is landmine?
You can't. That's why you're gonna have bomb squad come out most likely.
Okay, but the bomb squad has a lot of things that they gotta do.
I understand. It's like the grenade that we pulled off.
The bomb squad has a lot of things they got to do, guys. And look at the clueless look on this pigtail's face. She has no idea that the services rendered by the police department are tax funded, and that you're not supposed to see everything as a profit motive for the police department. You're supposed to look at protecting and serving is what you're supposed to do. But in her little pea brain, beta human being that she is, she has to wake up in the morning and get told what to do. She's looking for somebody to give her orders. Somebody has given her orders that we need the police resources to make money for the police. So when they bring her a bomb or a potential mortar that hasn't gone off, then she's like, hey guys, the police have other resources that we need to spend our money on.
How can you say for sure that this is landmine?
You can't. That's why you gotta have bomb squad come out, most likely.
Okay, but the bomb squad has a lot of things that they gotta do.
I understand. It's like the grenade that we pulled up.
Yeah, we found 20 mortars
I understand.
in Michigan, and they had to come out and they took them all and detonated them with C4. Even though they were unactive, they still have to dispose of them the right way.
Okay.
It's not like we can just throw this in the garbage can.
I understand that, but you're taking resources away from the city of Fond du Lac every single time you guys.
She said the city of what? Palmalac? Or?
I understand that.
I understand that, but you're taking resources away from the city of Fond du Lac every single.
The city of Palmalac or something like that, but clearly it's Cleveland. It's Cleveland, but now you're taking away resources from the city when you're supposed to be spending those resources on the city.
Single time you guys do this.
I understand that.
She's really irritated that they're taking away resources from the city.
Not like we can just throw this in the garbage can.
I understand that, but you're taking resources away from the city of Fond du Lac every single time you guys do this.
I understand that.
Wow, just morbid. So I think I've showed this before. But this is the best angle I've seen of this video. So if you take a look at this copper right here, you see that copper right here where you can just see him on the other side of my finger? This copper is a recovering alcoholic. And what do cops do when they pull you over? They start accusing you of a bunch of shit that's not true. It's just not true. And so this guy decides, what do the cops do? What the cops do is they decide that they're going to accuse you of a bunch of things that are not true. And so what this citizen here does is he decides to say, well, if you're going to accuse me of things that are not true, I'm going to accuse you of the same things that are not true. And watch how this cop reacts to that information.
Coming out of your own breath because there's no alcohol in here.
I think that's don't start insulting my partner.
I'm just saying, like, you know, like,
really want to start going there?
You're saying that I'm drinking and I'm not drinking.
I'm a recovering alcoholic and you're gonna fucking accuse me of drinking.
Look how broken this cop is, that he got accused of drinking, but he so easily accused this man of drinking and driving.
Coming out of your own breath because there's no alcohol in here.
I think that's don't start insulting my partner.
I'm just saying, like, you know, like,
really want to start going there?
You're saying that I'm drinking and I'm not drinking.
I'm a recovering alcoholic and you're gonna fucking accuse me of drinking. Yeah, he's recovering, man. He's very.
How the fuck is he a cop then?
Hey, shit happens, right? So anyways,
did he just leave?
Yeah, he got.
Is he crying? Coming out of your own breath because there's no alcohol in here.
I think that's don't start insulting my partner.
I'm just saying, like, you know, like,
really want to start going there?
You're saying that I'm drinking and I'm not drinking.
I'm a recovering alcoholic and you're gonna fucking accuse me of drinking.
The look on this cop's face. Can you imagine how many people he beats and cheats every single day? How many people does this cop right here beat or cheat every day? Put a number in there, Rancho Relaxo, Donnell Brown, Top Rock. How many people does this cop beat or cheat every single day? How many? What's the number? How many people does he beat or cheat?
Out of your own breath because there's no alcohol in here.
I think that's don't start insulting my partner.
I'm just saying, like, you know, like,
really want to start going there?
You're saying that I'm drinking and I'm not drinking.
I'm a recovering alcoholic and you're gonna fucking accuse me of drinking. Yeah, he's recovering, man. He's very.
How the fuck is he a cop then?
Hey, shit happens, right? So anyways,
did he just leave?
Yeah, he got.
Is he crying?
I had to pull up another video here real quick. Someone sent this to me. If you guys want me to review a video, shoot it over to me. I'm gonna take a look at this one now. I think I actually showed this video in entirety previously, but the way this camera angle shows this particular interaction, this is pretty interesting.
San Bernardino school police officers trying to break up a fight. They come under assault themselves. An eyewitness
They come under assault themselves. If you guys don't remember this video, the police showed up on the scene. The fight was completely over by the time the cops showed up, and the cops escalated it from the top to the bottom. And right there, that dirty pigtail got her hair pulled. Now, as you guys know, I'm going to say the same thing I always say. Do not assault police. Do not batter police. Do not try to fight the police. That only hurts our movement. Please do not attack police. With that being said,
San Bernardino school police
she got her hair pulled. She got her hair. So there's the pigtail right there. And by the way, the pigtail escalated this whole thing from the beginning to the end. You can see the look on the girl's face. She's going to pull the pigtail's hair. Do not attack police. This is the channel that does not endorse violence against cops. She gets her hair pulled.
School police officers trying to break up a fight. They come under assault themselves. An eyewitness capturing this wild video at Entrepreneur High School in Highland late this afternoon.
But you know, we just seem to forget, and we seem to just glide right over and slide right over the top that look at the standard protocol of how cops treat us. She's going to jump on top of this person with all of her weight and set on them on top of the asphalt.
Those officers responding to reports of a fight in the school's parking lot. Police tried to break it up, and when they moved in to separate the fighters, even more people entered the fray. One woman actually grabbing the female officer by the hair and pulling her away.
Now, I don't endorse that violence, but I understand when it happens, why it happens. She's going to reach up and grab that pigtail by the hair.
Police tried to break it up, and when they moved in to separate the fighters, even more people entered the fray. One woman actually grabbing the female officer by the hair and pulling her away. The other officers keeping their cool, continuing to work to break up the fight. Several people eventually handcuffed. We have calls in to the San Bernardino County School Police and the school superintendent for more information on what sparked this melee.
Right. But see, the whole thing, the entire thing is based on their safety, not on what they're doing, not on if they're actually performing their job properly, but it's based entirely on their safety. Instead of, well, why did she get her hair pulled? Because they entered into the scene and they escalated it all the way to the top. Hopefully the 2025 case of Murray versus Felix changes this, where if cops come in and escalate it, that when people respond to that violence, they're no longer charged and the cop is charged. But all across this country, we continue to see the cops charging people after they attack people. And that's the biggest problem that I have with the entire thing, is we're seeing it happen over and over and over. Now, I only got, this whole video is a minute long, and I don't know why it's in horizontal. This should be in a vertical video, but you absolutely have got to see this. And I don't understand what's going on here. Did he just fire through the window 3 times? I believe that he did. This cop is on the hood of this car, and then he's going to fire inside the window 3 times. Why is the cop shooting at someone through the windshield, and why is he on the hood, and why is he escalating it to this level of violence in our cities? And so the person who just got out of the car is shot. Did you see the blood all over his pants? Take a look at the front of his pants. You see his pants? There's a blood spot down below his crotch. There's a blood. So he's been shot several times, at least once. It's so funny because when the cops get shot, man, they are putting tourniquets on, they're putting gloves on, getting fingers in the holes, they're wrapping the hole, making sure the hole is sealed up properly. But if you get shot by the cops, well, then they don't give a shit what happens to you. And they'll jump on top of you and put you in torture cuffs after you've been shot. Instead of showing any kind of standard of care, they then show just absolute despotism, tyranny, get him in torture cuffs and get him down to the dungeon. It's so horrible the way we are treated in this country, and it has to stop. The only way it'll stop is with leadership. Look, we talked about this yesterday. We have Chadwick in 77. Let me give you guys a little bit of a lesson, and then I'm going to come right back. I got another video I want to show you. So let's take a look at this, and I'm going to open this bad chicken up big so you guys can see it. Okay, cool. So here's the way it went, okay? We've got Chadwick versus United States here, right here. U.S. versus Chadwick in 1977. U.S. versus Chadwick is a pushback on the 1976 case of South Dakota versus Opperman. South Dakota versus Opperman said that if your car is impounded, that the police can inventory your car in 1976. Opperman, sorry, not Oppenheimer, that's a movie. Actually, the guy who invented the atomic bomb. But it's, anyway, forgive me for misspeaking. In the 1976 case of South Dakota versus Opperman, it was determined that police can inventory your car. And then it's not a search, they're just inventorying it to keep it safe for you. So then, because of that, then in 1977, 1 year after 76, United States versus Chadwick says, well, the police can inventory your car except for locked compartments. Chadwick says that if you have a locked compartment, that the police cannot just simply go into your locked compartment because you do have Fourth Amendment protections in your car. The right to be secure in your person, houses, papers, and effects. So if you have a locked glove box, then Chadwick said that those are your effects in that glove box, that you can't search your car. This principle is upheld in the 1979 case of Arkansas versus Sanders here. And in this case, the police got a confidential informant tip that said Sanders' green suitcase had marijuana in it. So when they picked up Sanders from the airport in Arkansas, they pulled the green suitcase. They pulled the car over that had Sanders in it with the green suitcase that had been put on the car from the plane that just came into Arkansas. When they search the suitcase, they find marijuana in it. They convict Sanders of trafficking drugs, but then he appeals and says that the search of my car was illegal because Chadwick said that if a compartment in my car is locked, that you can't search my bag. So then the Supreme Court in Arkansas versus Sanders, 1979, says, actually, you know what? Sanders is correct. We passed Chadwick that said locked containers requires warrants, that because they found the marijuana in Sanders' green suitcase without a warrant, that then becomes fruit of the poisonous tree doctrine from the 1920 case of Silverthorne Lumber Company, which is an extension of the 1914 case of Weeks, which creates the entire exclusionary rule where if they find evidence on you without a warrant, it has to be excluded. Well, in 1920 in Silverthorne, if they get the knowledge of illegal activity by searching your bag like they did in the Sanders case, well, then that's going to be fruit of the poisonous tree. So all evidence has to be thrown out. The evidence against Sanders was thrown out. He was released from prison, and his conviction was overturned at the Supreme Court level. Pretty good feeling for Sanders. So then what happens is in 1981, we get this authoritarian piece of shit in office named Ronald Reagan. He wins the election in 1980, takes office January 20th of 1981. Ronald Reagan does. Ronald Reagan's entire stick is the opposite of Jimmy Carter's, where it's kumbaya, peace and love, and let's everybody get along. And so Jimmy Carter's exact ideals, his principles, and then they run Walter Mondale against Ronald Reagan. It's a total landslide. It's horrible. But Ronald Reagan is all about authoritarianism, about law and order. Ronald Reagan gives a speech where he wants to abolish the Fourth Amendment entirely. That's a fact. It's on my page. You can watch it. Maybe I'll pull it up during this live stream. So now what happens? Because the leadership has changed, what happens here is in the case of Chadwick, 1977, and in the case of Arkansas versus Sanders, two of the justices, two of them, one Lewis Powell and the other John Paul Stevens. These two justices from Chadwick and from Sanders, then in the 1982 case of United States versus Ross, they then flip sides because leadership has changed and it's tough on crime now. So then John Paul Stevens, who's known as this great liberal Supreme Court justice, and Lewis Powell, who's, I think he's put in 1975, nominated by Richard Nixon in 1975. So now Lewis Powell and John Paul Stevens both change their votes and say, no. Because of the 1925 case of Carroll versus United States, Chadwick and Arkansas versus Sanders are overruled, and that if you get pulled over and if the cop has probable cause to believe, Brinegar versus United States 1949, probable cause to believe means they can search your whole car and they don't need a warrant. So this is what happens when leadership changes hands. We have to be so mindful of what leadership can and can't do. So, I can't see what's going on in the chat. Sorry about that. Let me get my phone up here so I can see what's going on with this chat. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, folks. Welcome to Wally World. Yep. Oh, is that right? Ha ha ha. I got it. Maxim, I'll send you a hoodie, dude. Maxim, I got your address. I will send you off a hoodie to Massachusetts. Everybody, if Maxim's still in the chat, are you still there, Maxim? I hope you're still around, dude. I cannot see the chat right now, but I'll be able to see it in 1 second. Just give me 1 second. Let me pull up this next video because we got a lot of videos to cover. There's a lot of videos I didn't get to cover when I was in Henderson, Nevada.
Zoomed. Guelph police want to dismiss MacArthur.
So this is, read it here. It says, penalty hearings resume for the disgraced Duluth police officer. And this is just 1 week old. Now get into some of the charges that he faces.
Well, a warning, this story has video that some may find disturbing. The penalty hearing for a Guelph police constable who admitted to assaulting a teen handcuffed to a hospital bed resumed today. A forensic psychiatrist who reviewed all of Corey MacArthur's records testified he sees a pattern of aggressive behavior and anger long before the incident. CTV's Krista Simpson reports.
Constable Corey MacArthur outside the Guelph Community Centre where his penalty hearing resumed. Guelph police want to dismiss MacArthur, but he has argued he should be allowed to remain with the service. He's pleaded guilty to discreditable conduct in relation to a 2016 assault captured on security cameras at Guelph General Hospital. MacArthur was kneed by a teen, handcuffed to a gurney. He responded with an elbow strike that left the
What the hell? What? Okay, I remember this video now. So this cop is going to drop an elbow on this teenager's face as he's cuffed to a bed.
At Guelph General Hospital, MacArthur was...
Do you see the torture cuffs? The teenager has a torture cuff on his left wrist and a torture cuff on his right wrist. He is chained down to a hospital bed.
By a teen, handcuffed to a gurney. He responded with an elbow strike that left the teen hurt. On the stand Wednesday, Dr. Peter Collins, a forensic psychiatrist, he was not allowed to assess MacArthur, but he did do a file review of all the documentation in this case. MacArthur has blamed his actions at the hospital on undiagnosed, untreated PTSD that he says was caused by the 2013 death of his partner, Constable Jennifer Kovach, who was responding to his call for backup when her cruiser crashed. Collins told the hearing there is evidence MacArthur had a pattern of anger and sometimes aggression long before that, noting in 2011 MacArthur's family doctor prescribed the constable a medication called Prestique for anger issues. Concerns about MacArthur's...
You're telling me there's a medication called Prestique for anger issues? That's absolutely crazy. That is Dan Hanlon! What's up, Playboy? Greg, what's going on? Rancho Relaxo, how are you? Torture cuffs are always torture. John Lund put it in there.
Use of force were also noted during performance reviews with Guelph Police as early as January 2004. And in 2008,
so hold on.
He was
let me decode this a little bit for you guys, okay?
About MacArthur's use of force were also noted during performance reviews with Guelph.
Performance reviews are the new replacement for quotas. You don't have quotas, you have a performance review. And they're going to review your record and say, well, you know, Officer Davis had 74 arrests last month and you only had 19. So we're going to promote Officer Davis over you. The performance review says that he's doing a better job. There's no quotas, though. But just know that Officer Davis got 5 times the arrest that you did, 4 times the arrest that you did. So we need to make sure that you just get your performance ability up a little bit.
Guelph police as early as January 2004. And in 2008, he was charged with assault after an arrest outside a Guelph bar. Collins says he doesn't see similarities with what happened in the hospital room in 2016 to the death of Constable Kovac 3 years earlier, saying instead MacArthur's aggressive response was more consistent with his assaultive behavior in the past.
MacArthur's aggressive response was more consistent with his assaultive behavior in the past. So if we have a cop that has assaultive behavior, why is he still a cop? Why is he still a cop? For what reason? For what reason? I'm at a loss for words. Why would you have someone still be a cop who has assaultive behavior?
He also described MacArthur's response to the team kneeing him as over the top. The youth was in crisis and was not threatening anyone, was not at risk to being violent to anybody except to himself, and there was anger that was over the top. Collins also told the hearing that there's no objective test for post-traumatic stress disorder, and he notes that MacArthur did not actually witness the crash that killed his colleague. Collins saying PTSD is easy to exaggerate, especially if there is a gain for exaggerating it. The police services lawyer, Jessica Barrow, then asked, is there a gain in this case? Collins replied, any judicial hearing, there could be a gain. Collins also pointed out that 3 different judges in 3 different court proceedings have also raised concerns about MacArthur's reliability. This is MacArthur's second penalty.
So it sounds like MacArthur is an all-around gigantic piece of shit. That's what it sounds like to me. I mean, put a 1 in the chat if you agree.
Hearing, and it began more than a year ago in July 2024. A few dates have been held since, but there have been a series of cancellations. MacArthur's usual lawyer did not attend Wednesday's hearing due to an urgent personal matter. The hearing is currently scheduled to resume October 24th, so MacArthur's lawyer can ask Collins his questions. After the first penalty hearing, MacArthur was told to resign or be fired, but he successfully appealed the decision, leading to this second hearing. Krista.
I don't understand. I do understand. The reason why these things keep happening is because the policing agencies can't get anybody to sign up to be a cop. And it's just like so many of our good military men and women who get sold a bag of goods that they're signing up for this in the military. But the truth is that that's not what you're given when you get to the military. You're sold the bag of goods that you're just going to get a college education. You're going to get to travel the world. It's going to be great. And so many ex-military, recently I sat down with Robert Campbell in Duncan, Oklahoma, and we sat down and talked. I recorded the whole thing, and he said he got sold a bag of goods. It was all lies. So what happens is the same good men and women who sign up to be in our military, they go over and sign up, and then after 4, 6, or 8 years, however long their enlistment is for, then by the time they're leaving the military, they're disenfranchised. And so then they're told by their commanding officers that, listen, if you just sign up to be a cop, you're going to make in the top 10%, 20% of earners. You're going to get respected. All you have to do is continue what you're doing here, which is be willing to hurt people and follow orders. And so many cops sign up because they think that they're serving a civic duty to our country. The truth is, ex-military personnel, if you sign up to be a pig, you're a part of a dystopian, disgusting, despotic government that only cares about getting revenue from you, about ripping you off. We do 50,000 pullovers every single day in America, but yet speeding and not using a blinker is still a thing. Well, then what does it have to do with? It has to do with stealing the money out of your pockets. Do you know I'm half Colombian? When I go to Colombia, when you drive in a car, you can drive anywhere you want. If you have to drive a little bit over here, go around a line, no big deal. They're not interested in ripping off their people by giving them tickets and taxing them. What does happen is cops will shake you down. You got to pay them off. It's shitty. But It's not nearly the same as it is here, where if that Nazi pig gives you a ticket, your insurance is going to go up. Everything about your life is going to become more expensive because that Nazi pig gave you a ticket. It's absolutely horrible what we're dealing with. We're dealing with the most disgusting dystopian government in the history of time, and it absolutely has got to change sooner or later. Here's that same video. Yeah, MacArthur assault video. Yeah, I saw this one. I mean, it's just so unbelievable to me that this is allowed to happen in our country. Oh yeah, here's the so for your people who are big ICE supporters, you big ICE Nazi supporters, you guys are welcome to support those people. I don't know what about my channel would make you think that I would support ICE Nazis. I don't know where along the line you thought, oh yeah, Chille's going to be all for ICE Nazis. No, I'm not. Could you imagine that? Put a 1 in the chat if you knew when Dumpster hired 10,000 or 30,000 new ICE Nazis that I would be against them. Put a 1 in the chat if you knew it. Like the way that this guy feels, called Delete Lawz, he's not going to like the 30,000 new ICE Nazis. Put a 1 in the chat if you knew that. If you knew that, well, then I'm glad that we're on the same page. Thank God. So here's the other part. If you have to wear a mask in your job, and if someone comes running up to you and your first inclination is to make sure that you cover your face, then why are you doing that job?
Who y'all work for? Hey, who y'all work for? I got 25 feet, man. Hey.
There is no such thing as a 25-foot rule anywhere in America. It doesn't exist. It's not true.
How far is that? I can't tell. 25 feet. What's 25 feet?
You do not have to back up 25 feet. That's not true.
What is 25 feet? Show me.
I'm going to walk you that way. Okay. Go that way.
Show me.
You do not let him walk you anywhere. You stand your ground. That's going to be the 1969 case of Shuttlesworth versus City of Birmingham. Do I have it here? Let me see here. Let me see if I have the 1969 case. Okay, there's Terry versus Ohio. Right there it is. Take a look at this case right here. Shuttlesworth versus City of Birmingham, 1969. Specifically, what this case does, this was about Jehovah's... no, I'm sorry. This was about the preacher, Shuttlesworth, who was doing a demonstration, a religious demonstration on the sidewalks in Birmingham, Alabama. So, preacher Shuttlesworth, they arrested them all, and they all went to jail. Shuttlesworth sued and went all the way up to the Supreme Court. Shuttlesworth versus City of Birmingham, 1969, this case right here, says that sidewalks are First Amendment territory. So if this business is open and he walked up to that business using a sidewalk, well, then he's going to invoke Shuttlesworth right here in this case. So the cop can't walk you back to where you're supposed to stand. You have First Amendment grounds anywhere you stand. And it looks like the sidewalk is right there, right by the trucks.
Who y'all work for?
So there's the sidewalk right there.
Hey.
So at the very minimum, the private business could tell the man to get off the property, but not the cop. Because once you're engaged in a First Amendment protected activity, you now have become a member of the press, which is going to invoke your different rights, including your right to liberty, to be free, to stand wherever you want, especially in a business that's open, that has a business license.
Who y'all work for?
I can't tell if that's a gas station or what it is. Car wash.
I got 25 feet, man.
That's not true. There's no rule.
I can't tell.
There's no 25-foot rule. That's not true. There's no 25-foot rule. They're making shit up as they go. Hey, holy shit, we had 130 people in a live stream. That's amazing. That is amazing.
25 feet, man. Hey, how far is that? I can't tell. 25. What's 25 feet?
Way.
What is 25 feet? Show me.
I'm going to walk you that way.
Okay.
Go that way.
Show me.
Go.
Show me.
Keep
Show
going.
Me.
Keep
Show
going.
Me.
No, I'm not going to move my feet. I've already been to jail for this before, so I know what I can do and what I can't do.
Show me.
Keep
Amen.
going.
Amen. Show me.
Keep going.
I'm fine.
No, he can't move you out of the... He cannot move you out of the purvey of your camera lens. So if my camera lens is going to dictate what I can and can't see, then he can't just physically move me out of that position.
I'm fine here.
Look at these dirty ICE Nazis covering their faces. And just so you guys know, these people will be charged in the next administration. They're going to be arrested. Just like your boy Charlie Kirk. So many of you guys are crying about Charlie Kirk. I understand that. He shouldn't have been murdered. It's sad. I consider it a horrible thing. But Charlie Kirk was for arresting Democrats. He says so. I'll show you the video.
One. Look at this. Y'all are fucking pigs.
Yeah.
Who? Where? Okay, there's one. You with them? They're hiding and stuff, man. I don't know. I'm just asking. Don't say nothing. No hablas. Dumb shit. What do you mean? Why did he run? He won't see nobody again. Stop asking dumb questions like that. You know exactly why he ran. You know exactly why he ran.
Yeah.
Don't play dumb.
Yeah.
You know exactly why he ran.
Of course you do. He ran because if he doesn't run, he might be put into a concentration camp where he will not get to see his family or friends ever again. That's the reason why he ran. To understand anything different than that means you're not really paying attention. Because that's I got to charge this phone up. Sorry about that. I should grab my other phone. But I want to show you guys this first because this video is really, really telling. And
they're just going to leave that truck there. And those people are done for, dude. This is the fucking shit I'm talking about.
Right.
Y'all are fucking pigs.
So now they're going to take that man's van and they're just going to leave his van sitting right there. What about his family? What about his wife? What about his kids? Joseph Barbini. I didn't see Jeff Millman. Millman, I missed your phone call. Sorry. But yeah, you guys make sure you hit me up for hoodies. They're going to be gone soon, man. I've only got a few left.
Who? Where? Okay, there's one.
Right. The ICE Nazis are hiding all over the place is what's happening. It's just disgusting. It really is. And we as a group have got to change it. And so, you know, I saw this from Charlie Kirk today.
You came in and you did not know the composition of this country.
Okay, so you guys know I made a live stream video when Kirk was murdered. And I called it the 9/11 for all influencers because now each and every one of us has to be worried about being attacked, shot, battered, assaulted, killed. We all have to now be a little bit more weary because this is going to trigger the crazies, Charlie Kirk's murder. And there's new evidence showing that he could have been shot from behind and the bullet came out of his neck. There's a spatter of blood. But what I want to talk about a little bit today was this. So I called Charlie Kirk's assassination the 9/11 for all influencers. But it's ironic that this guy right here, he is calling for lawfare. Sevenfold with a $5 super chat. Right on, Sevenfold. Excellent work, Chille. Team DLZ. You guys put Team DLZ in the chat. We have had 130 people in this live stream at one time today. We are crushing it. So now I want you to listen to what Charlie says right here. We all must be involved in politics, which means vote, which means talk about politics so people are informed. Call your representative, run for office.
You came in and you did not know the composition of this country. You would think Democrats control like every governor's mansion, every AG. What is the method? The method is Oklahoma, Kansas, South Dakota, South Carolina, Arkansas. Start.
Okay, so Oklahoma, South Dakota,
Oklahoma, Kansas, South Dakota, South Carolina, Arkansas. Start.
South Carolina and Arkansas. What exactly should happen? What should happen in those states, Charlie? I'm just wondering.
Acting the way the blue states act. I've said this publicly, I'll say it again. We need Republican AGs indicting every major Democrat.
We need Republican attorney generals indicting every major Democrat. Charlie, I'm so confused. Why would you call for lawfare to arrest Democrats? Arrest Democrats for what? I'm not a Democrat. You guys know that. I don't vote Democrat. I'm not a Republican either. I don't vote for them either. I vote independent. But why should you have people be arrested because they're a Democrat or a Republican? Why isn't he calling for all attorney generals to arrest every politician?
Act in the way the blue states act. I've said this publicly, I'll say it again. We need Republican AGs indicting every major Democrat across the board. We need DAs starting to indict. That's not going to.
We need DAs starting to indict every attorney general to indict Democrats. This is the whole reason I disagree with the left versus right paradigm. Pistol P Rex is in the chat. Jeff Vacone is here. What's going on, Jeff Vacone? Oakview, what is going on, my friend? Illinois versus Wardlow. Leaving an area in the same approximate time that police arrived is considered suspicious. Illinois versus Wardlow is more about if you run from the police. If you want, I'll pull up the actual Illinois versus Wardlow. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Illinois versus Wardlow is about if you run from the police. In Illinois versus Wardlow, the Supreme Court ruled that a person's sudden unprovoked flight, I was correct, from police in a high crime area, which is any black area or brown area, is a legitimate factor in establishing reasonable suspicion, Terry versus Ohio, for an investigatory stop. The ruling did not hold that flight alone is sufficient for reasonable suspicion, but that it can be a significant contributing element when officers consider the totality of circumstances. That's going to be Cortez versus United States 1981, Illinois versus Gates 1983. So those are the cases. And I believe Illinois versus Wardlow is 2000. In 1995, a Chicago police caravan engaged in a drug suppression operation. So let me break that down for you. A police caravan, in other words, a bunch of cops in cars, they're all with their masks and their blacked out badge numbers. They're performing a drug suppression operation, going to poor communities and just flooding them with cops. Was driving through an area known for heavy narcotics, the poor black areas. An officer observed William Wardlow standing on the sidewalk holding an opaque bag. Upon seeing the police caravan, a bunch of cops in unmarked cars, Wardlow looked at the officers and immediately fled. So he ran away because he doesn't want to get Terry stopped for no reason. The officers pursued Wardlow, cornered him, and performed a Terry stop for their safety. During the pat-down, an officer discovered a handgun in the bag Wardlow was carrying. Wardlow was arrested for unlawful use of a weapon by a felon. The trial court denied his motion to suppress the weapon, but the Illinois Appellate Court and Supreme Court of Illinois reversed, stating officers did not have a reasonable suspicion to stop him. All he had done is ran away. In a 5-4 decision, and I'm going to bet it's going to break down along the lines of conservatives versus liberals. Conservatives steal all of our rights, except for the Second Amendment. Other than that, Jeff Vacone with a super chat. We don't stop. Right on, Jeff Vacone. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. So now let me get the breakdown of how that. I wonder if I can show it on here. Am I going to be able to show this? Let me see. It doesn't do a very good job, just so you guys know. So anyway, I just want to show you guys Charlie Kirk was for lawfare. He was all about it. Okay, cool. We can get it. So right here. So this is the case I was going over. I'm not sure who put that in the chat, Wardlow, but I wanted to kind of get it for you guys here so you guys can see it here. 1995, a Chicago police officers were driving the four unmarked cop cars. An officer in the last car, Officer Nolan, saw Sam Wardlow standing on a sidewalk holding an opaque bag. Then, when Wardlow saw the police, he turned and fled. Officer Nolan and his partner pursued Wardlow in their vehicle and cornered him in an alley. Nolan immediately conducted a protective pat-down search, a Terry stop, of Wardlow, and he squeezed the bag he was carrying and he felt a gun. Nolan opened the bag and found a .38 caliber. Wardlow was then arrested for unlawful use of a weapon by a felon. Let me see. Does this thing go up any further? I don't think it does. The trial court denied Wardlow's motion to suppress the gun, finding the stop and frisk was lawful, and convicted him. The appellate court in the Illinois State Supreme Court upheld it and said that it was an unlawful stop because there was no probable cause. When it goes to the Supreme Court, in a 5-4 decision in the year 2020, they decided that if you run from the cops in a high crime area, in a black neighborhood or a brown neighborhood, well, then of course you are now suspect of committing a crime. But let me go into the details here, and let me go to Claude here so I can, and I'll just get a screenshot of this for you so you guys can see it. In the 2020 case of Illinois versus Wardlow, what was the Supreme Court justice breakdown period? How did the judges vote? ? List the judges and how they voted in Illinois versus Wardlow. Oh, I'm sorry, 2000, not 2020. I said 2020. Illinois versus Wardlow happened in 2000. So I just want to be clear on that. And let me give you the judges breakdown. So for everybody in here who's like, I'm a conservative, you may be a conservative, but you do not align with conservative Supreme Court justices. So now let me give you the breakdown of it. These judges voted that you running from the police gives them probable cause to Terry stop you. That would be William Rehnquist, who argued against Brown versus Board of Education, that he thought segregation was legal. Rehnquist argued that you should be able to deny black people service in restaurants. And then Sandra Day O'Connor, who was the swing vote, mostly conservative. Anthony Scalia was a conservative. Justice Anthony Kennedy was a conservative, and Clarence Thomas. So those 5 people, all conservatives, voted that if you run and you're in a high crime area, that's probable cause. The 4 justices that voted against it were Stephen Breyer, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, David Souter, and John Paul Stevens. Now, remember, this is in 2000, where David Souter would vote. Let me see if I can actually get a copy of this and you guys can actually see it. Let me see. Like I said, it doesn't do a very good job. The OBS doesn't. Nope, I can't do it. I can't do it. Let me see if I go like this. Let me get a screenshot of this bad chicken. Let me see if this will work. Let's try this right here. Okay, so let me try this right here real quick. Properties, browse. I want you guys to be able to see this so you can see that conservative Supreme Court justices completely and utterly over. You guys just don't understand. You don't really get it. You haven't done the same amount of studying that I've done on these things, so you couldn't possibly truly know and understand. So here this is. Okay, cool. Okay, now let me get rid of that right there. There it is, folks. There it is right there. Let me lock that bad chicken. Can I make this thing bigger? Lock. Background, take the background off, lock. I can make it bigger. There it is right there. Okay, so this is the case that allows the police to be able to chase you around and say that they have probable cause to believe that criminal activity is afoot. So 5-4 decision, and these characters right here, they're the ones who took away your right to be free right here. It was William Rehnquist, it was Sandra Day O'Connor, it was Anthony Scalia, Anthony Kennedy, and Clarence Thomas. So who took away your right to be free? It was the conservative Supreme Court justices. That's who it was. That's who did it. You're seeing it right there. And then the ones who voted that you could run away from the police and it wasn't a crime or it wasn't probable cause was John Paul Stevens, David Souter, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and Justice Stephen Breyer. Now, these guys, just so you know, the decision in a 5-4 decision held that police had reasonable suspicion to justify a stop when Wardlow fled upon seeing police in a high crime area known for drug trafficking. The majority ruled that nervous, evasive behavior, like fleeing a high crime area upon noticing cops, is pertinent factor in determining reasonable suspicion to justify a stop. The dissenters, led by Justice Stevens, argued that the government did not articulate enough facts to establish reasonable suspicion, and that there was not enough facts in the record to corroborate the government's claim. So in other words, the conservatives, what they did is they took away your right to travel freely, took away your First Amendment right to liberty. And that's what they did. And then just so you know, the same justice, do you see his name in there? It says David Souter. This was in 2000, where David Souter voted against the idea that if you run from cops, it's probable cause to Terry stop you. So now David Souter, in the 2001 case of Atwater versus City of Lago Vista that criminalized everything, what happened was Sandra, was it who was not there anymore? I think it was, I can give you the exact breakdown. But David Souter would then flip positions and claim to be on the same side of the conservatives, where anything is arrestable. Anything is arrestable. And that's from David Souter. Give me the same breakdown for the 2001 case of Atwater versus City of Lago Vista and how the judges voted. And I want to show this to you guys because I want you to see it. I want you guys to see exactly how the Supreme Court, whether you're a liberal or a conservative, how they completely and utterly screw us out of our rights. It's just atrocious. It's disgusting. So who was not in that lineup? Okay, so I was right. Sandra Day O'Connor switched positions with David Souter in Atwater versus City of Lago Vista. Yeah, here it is. Here's the decision right here and how the judges voted. Because these guys are not elected. They're not elected, and they absolutely should be elected. And until we elect them, we're just going to continue to have problems after problems after problems, because it is such a scam what they're doing to us. It is just, they're screwing us out of our rights entirely and completely. So now here's the breakdown of Atwater versus City of Lago Vista. Justice Souter, who's supposed to be a liberal, who joined the conservatives on this one, along with Rehnquist, Scalia, Kennedy, and Thomas, the regular conservatives who screw us over at the Supreme Court, they said that the question is whether the Fourth Amendment forbids a warrantless arrest for a minor criminal offense such as a misdemeanor seatbelt violation punishable by only a fine. We hold that it does not. Your Fourth Amendment does not protect you from that. The majority ruled that officers with probable cause may make warrantless arrests for minor misdemeanors, even if they're only punishable by a fine. The dissenters, led by Justice O'Connor, who was all for Ward Lowe, where if you run, they can Terry stop you, argued that the court recognizes that the arrest of Gail Atwater was a pointless indignity that served no discernible state interest, and yet holds that her arrest was constitutionally permissible. Every time you see someone getting arrested for speeding or a blinker or a tail light or a license plate light, it's because of this case right here, because of the 2001 case of Atwater versus City of Lago Vista. This is right up there with Terry versus Ohio. It's one of the worst cases in U.S. history. It's so terrible. And David Souter, who's still alive, piece of shit that he is. David Souter and your piece of shit family, all of you suck. Completely and utterly suck. You know, he joined the conservatives to screw us out of our rights. And I'm not going to remain quiet about it. Fuck you and your family, Souter. You're a piece of shit. May you burn in hell for what you did. Each and every one of them. Just so you guys know, Scalia had one good decision, and that was in the Heller case of 2008. The rest of these guys, I'm pretty sure they're going to burn in hell for what they've done. They are the worst of the worst. They really are the worst of the worst. Justice Sandra Day O'Connor, writing for the dissent, recognized that significant qualitative differences existed between a traffic stop and a full custodial arrest, a much greater infringement of personal liberty and private interest. Well, that's because she's never been arrested. You know, Sandra Day O'Connor, who's writing these things, right? And she's supposed to be on our side now. She voted against freedom, against liberty consistently throughout her entire career. She was the swing vote for the conservatives most of her career. But now she's going to say, oh, it was a white woman named Gail Atwater, so it shouldn't have happened to her. But once again, the conservatives just absolutely screw us at the Supreme Court level. They screw us over every time, every single time. They screw us over. And I wish it wasn't true. I wish I could say, oh no, the conservatives on the Supreme Court are the bestest, but they're just not. They're just not. It's horrific. It's terrible, and we have to change the system of oppression, or we're gonna. I mean, the idea that everything is arrestable, that you can be arrested for anything and everything, it has to be changed, and we cannot allow it. We cannot allow it. And so that was a little bit of background on that Charlie Kirk deal right there, was that he was all for lawfare, all for arresting people. I got that one. Is there any that I did not cover yet today? I want to make sure that I cover everything that I had up here on I had all these tabs open on my timeline, and I've whoa, did he really say that? Whoa. Wow. I'm trying not to go political here. I'm trying to stay out of the politics of things, but it's really tough because our world is so convoluted now. It is so twisted and morbid. Our whole world is, and you can't really decide who are the good guys and the bad guys anymore. So let me read you this headline. I got this locked. Let me unlock this bad chicken. So this says, the hysterical wife of the detained alien follows around and confronts the ICE agents who repeatedly tell her adios, and then two hands push and shove the woman to the ground in front of her children. Court security is brought to remove the woman. So this is what I'm talking about when you get into a despotic police state, prison state, death state. Adios, adios. We have your husband, so it's adios for you. What the hell was that? You got to be kidding me. What a psycho. What an absolute and total psycho. Why did he do that to her? Okay, she touches him there. She's touching him. And then he loses his shit. You see that? We caught the moment. She's touching him, and then he loses his shit. And he brings her all the way to the ground. Well, and there's her children standing right above her, crying for their mother. Their father's been kidnapped and put in a dungeon with no due process. We don't know if the husband had actually committed any crimes in this country. We don't know anything. We don't know anything at all. So just in case you guys don't know and you don't really understand, because you don't live in a state where there's people there who are considered illegal for being there. Let me tell you something. The immigrants in Los Angeles and Southern California who live here, the majority of them do not commit crimes. They're taking up space for sure. They do cost the taxpayers money. They do get into the tax pool a little bit. But overall, the illegal immigrants here in California and Los Angeles do not commit crimes. It's kind of a bugger, to be honest with you. When you're driving down the road here, you'll get to a four-way stop sign. you'll see a Mexican or a Guatemalan or someone from the Honduras in the car next to you at the four-way stop sign, and they're driving an old truck that's beat up. And you get to the stop sign, and it's his turn to go, but he'll wait and say, you go first, because he just doesn't want to get to a fender bender and have to deal with cops. So they actually drive slower and more cautious than the Californian drivers. But the idea that we're going to scoop all these people up and deport all of them is preposterous. We're spending so much money on this. And that Tom Homan, according to some recent reports, he had his hand in the cookie jar a little bit, getting 50 grand for something. So, I mean, I'm just telling you the reports of what we're hearing now. Oh, yeah, demonic for sure. 100% demonic. We're living in it. We're living in the most dystopian form of lawfare, too. And we just saw Charlie Kirk calling for lawfare, where he wants to arrest Democrats in Oklahoma, Kansas, South Dakota. He says the attorney generals of those particular states and the district attorneys in those states should be arresting Democrats. And that really doesn't, I don't really understand. I don't really understand that idea. I thought we were going to stop this idea of using lawfare in the political arena, but it doesn't seem like that. It seems like we're going to continue to do it. Pistol P Rex, what's going on, Playboy? Good to see you, man. It's been a minute. I haven't seen you in a minute. What's going on, Playboy? Good to see all my friends and family here. Thanks for coming by. I appreciate it. Yeah. We're living in you can't be correct politically right now. You know that, right? You cannot be correct. So, in other words, if you're against Charlie Kirk being murdered, I'm in that camp. I'm against Charlie Kirk being murdered. Then the people on the left will tell me how I am changing history. He wasn't a saint. He was a racist homophobe. That doesn't mean I agree with him being murdered. If I go from the other perspective where I say Charlie Kirk was a hero, or if I go from the other perspective on the left and I say Charlie Kirk was a homophobe and a racist, what a piece of shit, then the people on the right are very mad that you're not respecting Charlie Kirk's life. So we're living in this, and then if you're against child pedophilia and the Epstein list being released, well, then you can't be for Trump because Trump doesn't want it released. He calls it the Epstein hoax. So what used to be pretty clear is no longer clear. If you supported Kash Patel and his entire push to get into the government to get the Epstein files released, then you're like, release the Epstein files. Now Kash Patel doesn't want to release the Epstein files. He calls them a hoax. Now where do you stand politically? The left versus right paradigm. I mean, you got to find out what's going on. So we're just living in this dystopian political state that doesn't make any sense at all. It doesn't make any sense at all. You can't make some of this shit up that I see in the headlines. There's just no video to it. So here in California, what we've done is we passed a law here that says that you cannot have a mask on your face if you are a copper. Well, the feds pushed back and said, yeah, we can have masks on our face if we want. But the truth is that if we change the state constitution of California, then you can't wear a mask no matter what the feds say. And that's what we're facing right now, is we're facing a really politically dystopian society where you're not really sure what is going on. You're not really sure what the score of the game is. It's all, oh, is that right? Is that right? I saw that. I'm not going to show that though. I'm not going to show that. I really am going to try to stay out of politics the best I can. I'm not happy Charlie was killed. Anybody who thinks that about me is wrong. I really, to be honest, I care that someone else is killed, especially because he's an influencer and that affects my brain and my psyche. But to be honest with you, man, I want to tap out of the whole thing. Just tap me out. Give me 3 years till this dumpster fire in office is gone, because it's such a turnoff what we're dealing with in this country. It is such a turnoff. We're dealing with just, I could pull this up, but I'm not going to be able to see it. You can't see the video. Oh, here it is. Maybe I'll be able to show it to you on this one. I'm not sure if X is going to allow me to show this, but I'm going to try to show this. Bear with me 1 second. Let me see if I can get this to pull up on X. X doesn't do really well with OBS either. Let me see. Can I? Oh, I got it. Hell yeah, we got it. We got it, folks. No. God bless America. Come on, you son of a... Let me see if I can get this. This video's... Ah. You dirty son of a... Let me see if I can fix this real quick. Bear with me. Okay. So can you guys see this right here? This says ex-Miami cop officer of the year arrested for cosplaying as a copper. That's amazing. Now I have the actual video right here. If I can get it in there. Okay. So there it is.
The girl, he started running from cops. We had her in Melbourne last week. And then this week, we pinged her phone over here.
All right. Who are you?
We're from Miami-Dade, but we were on the Marshall Task Force.
You have an ID or credentials with you? I know you said my guy, but do you have an actual ID card from your agency? Where is she at, supposedly at?
Well, in the 3-block radius, but she runs from the cops. That's why we didn't want marked cars.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we don't... She keeps on pinging everywhere.
Sheriff's office, get on the ground. Get on the ground right now. Get on the fucking ground, all the way out. Hands to your side. Hands to your side.
Yeah. What did I do?
Anybody else in that room?
But what did I do?
Sheriff's office, anybody in here? Come out now.
There's nobody else.
So I think that I think here when he shows the ID that he has on his phone, I think that that's a fake ID. I think that that's a fake ID. Dan Hanlon, what's up, Playboy? Thanks, Dan Hanlon, for the super chat, man. God bless you, Hanlon. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. John, I owe you a phone call after this. I want to find out about your T-shirts. I'm going to get those out to you today. So I think, thanks, Dan Hanlon, for the super chat. Thanks for all you do, Chille, Team DLZ. I mean, thanks for you guys, man. I'm so happy you guys are here. Thank you so much. Because even if YouTube will not promote the videos out into the stream, at least we have a couple hundred people always that come here and hang out together. And I love you guys, man. You guys are Team DLZ. I really appreciate you.
Yeah.
So, okay, so now there's a jump cut here. And let me read this out loud to you guys. It says... A former Miami-Dade cop was terminated from his job earlier this year, was arrested in Volusia County this week on a charge of impersonating a cop. Deputies responded to a address on Shepherd Avenue in the city of Delton, Florida, after they were alerted of a man parked in a driveway reportedly looking for a missing girl. Paul Floody, 39, identified himself as a Miami-Dade police officer working with the U.S. Marshals and displayed a badge and a photo of his credentials. He said the girl was not officially entered as missing, but he was tracking her cell phone location. On further investigation, detectives determined that Floody is no longer a police officer and is not a member of any federal task force. Following his arrest, Floody said he provided his old badge and credentials out of habit and by mistake, and that he accidentally claimed to be a cop. Documentation gathered during the investigation suggests he is actually a private investigator who may have been in the area for an insurance investigation. Floody was transported to Volusia County Branch Jail on Monday night and posted $2,000 bond following the arrest. So he gives him a fake badge there. He's a bad liar. You can tell by the look on his face he's a liar.
But we don't... She keeps on pinging everywhere.
So now this is back at Floody's house, I guess.
Sheriff's office, get on the ground. Get on the ground right now. Get on the fucking ground, all the way out. Hands to your side.
This is what I'm talking about. This is the reason why we have such a problem with cops in this country. How they got to go guns out. You know, it would be really easy. You could send up an 18-year-old Girl Scout to knock on the door and say, look that way. There's cameras that way. It says, look out your backyard. There's a drone out the backyard. Do you want to come out now? And just let the guy come out. You don't got to put a gun in his face. I don't like cops, but you don't have to do it this way. It could be done totally different using cameras, but they don't want to do that.
Hands to your side.
Yeah.
They get off on this G.I. Joe loser shit. They really love it.
What did I do?
Well, you're a pig. Back on,
I know you should.
are we back online? You guys stick with me. I'm sorry. We lost. Oh, we're down to 74 people now. That's okay. That's all right. That's okay. Yeah, Brittany D. Brittany, you're welcome to send me your phone number, and I will text you when we go live. Yeah.
Should my guy, but.
Get out, surround. Let me check those cuffs.
Let me check those cuffs to make sure.
You Google my name.
What's up, bro?
I said you Google my name. I got alternate year and everything. I don't.
He's telling the cops that he was Officer of the Year.
I don't know how I'm impersonating.
And they got him in the torture cuffs, man. They got him in the torture cuffs. It's just, we're living in this. And this is the other thing. So now the thing is Antifa is whatever the government says it is. That was the scary. You guys saw the executive order come out yesterday where the dumpster fire has designated Antifa as a homegrown terrorist organization.
What happens? If someone takes to the streets of America and says they're Antifa, what happens to them? What will happen to them?
Well, I'd say the maximum under the law, and we'll see. Now, if they kill somebody, we just signed a death penalty, so it depends where it is. But if they kill somebody, which they do, I mean, people are dying. You go out to Portland, people die out there.
He's such a liar. Such a fraud. Anybody who believes in this guy, you've lost yourself, man. The guy's a fraud. Don't you know that?
If someone takes to the streets of America and says they're Antifa.
So Antifa is an anti-fascist, which is what this government is.
What happens to them? What will happen to them?
Well, I'd say the maximum under the law, and we'll see. Now,
so if a law is created, it stays on the books. We have to get rid of these stupid ass laws. That's the reason this channel is called Delete Laws. If we had deleted the Alien and Seditions Acts of 1798 put into effect by John Adams, the second president of the United States, then this guy right here wouldn't have been able to use them, which is what he's doing now.
Now, if they kill somebody, we just signed a death penalty, so it depends where it is. But if they kill somebody, which they do, I mean, people are dying. You go out to Portland.
No, people are not dying the way he's saying they are. It's not true.
When people die out there, many people have died over the years in Portland. Portland, I don't know how anybody lives there. It's amazing.
Rat Boy Ninja is in the chat. What's going on, Rat Boy Ninja? What is going on? Maxim, I got remember, I got hoodies in stock, you guys. I'm not going to. All right, listen, what I'm going to do is I'll probably be live again later tonight. I'm going to do a wall presentation tonight where I just teach case law. And the first video that I did where I taught case law like this, it's now in a vertical form. I should have that up for you guys by tomorrow or the next day. I will check in with the editor and see if it's done. But I'm going to turn this into a vertical stream as well. And then I'll just loop it. Because if I don't loop vertical streams, then we don't get any views. And if I don't get any views, then the channel will die. So I have to continue to go. Ivan! Yeah, I hope so, Ivan. I hope so. I can't stand right-wing authoritarianism. I can't stand authoritarianism in any regard. The Bolshevik was a left-wing authoritarianism, but it killed people. Killed a lot of people. Anyway, listen, I got to get the flock out of here. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Thanks for the super chats. I really appreciate it. Chevy, do you got a new song? We could probably end with one of Chevy's songs. Let me see. Let me see if Chevy has a new song on myocarditis. Let me see if Chevy has a new song, because we could spend another 5 minutes here just listening to one of Chevy's songs. Let's see what we got. Let's see what Chevy the songster has. Where is that? Myo OTVO. Where is that? If someone wants to put the latest Chevy song in the chat, let's pull that bad chicken up. People die here in Portland at the hands of cops with no body cameras. That's right. Chevy, put the link to your latest song in, and let's listen to this latest song that Chevy. Thanks, Nick Tate. I appreciate you being here, man. Let me see if someone can drop a link here. for Jilly B. Thanks for coming. I appreciate it. Sean Weeks, eating the pets, huh? That's funny. That is funny. I'm looking for it. Mayo. What is the name of that? Damn. OTVO Meyer Maiden. That's what it is. MYR Midden. I think I got it right there. There it is. Oh, hey, Pro Say David. He made a song for you, dude. Pro Say David made a song for you, man. That is just crazy. So Shorts, the most recent short, just came. This short just came out by the Chevster. Oh, that was 3 months ago, huh? And then if I go to videos and I go to the latest video, is I Fought the Law 9 days ago. So here is that song by Chevy the Songster. I'm going to put it right here into the thing. We're going to listen to this. If you guys don't want to listen, that's cool. But let's just listen to it.
Okay. Hey, Team DLZ. Nathan Hicks is a blue poo pig that's stinky. Him, choke slam. Robert Campbell, Victor.
I remember. Yeah.
Duncan, Oklahoma. Then to that hospital he goes due to pig cop. Tyrant pig, police state, pig coppers, and somewhat the F. Pigtails.
Robbie, old AKA Hooters here. Zanron Streets Media is here.
Robert's in crisis, he needed care. Called the cops, weren't prepared. They've choke slammed him, cuffs too tight. Veterans pain on live stream tonight. Don't call the cops when it's mental health. They escalate. Don't call
That's facts.
when it's mental health. They escalate.
It's almost like, you know, we have like our own Team DLZ family, you know, and it's like each and every one of you serves a role in this Team DLZ family. We have a place that we can go to where we can all get together and we get to recognize one another that we are against tyranny. We are against a despotic, dystopian government. And since I've been on YouTube, this guy, Chevy, the song we're listening to, has been such a huge supporter and believed in what we're doing and promoted and pushed even when it wasn't popular to do. Because I'm not sure if you guys know this or not, but I've been loved and hated so many times on YouTube, I can't keep track. I can't tell if I'm cool or not right now or if people hate me again. I have no idea. It just depends. But I can tell you what, I have not changed one single bit other than going through severe PTSD and brain fog after getting out of the dungeon. But I think that we have to stay together the best. And then right there, Chevy gets 10 memberships. So we did 33 memberships. Thank you, Chevy. I appreciate that. Nat Geo, DB, Kai, Athlistan. Don't call the pig, says Maxim. Colorado Coin Hunter, Jim K. Austin Lane, Spider 600. Ferment got a free membership. Grizzly. Right on. Good to see you, man. So it's just, you know, it's just for me personally. I have had such a crazy long run on the internet, and people have come and gone from my circle, but there's a few of you who remain and stay here no matter what. And to you guys, I am fundamentally grateful from the bottom of my heart, people who never waver, because all we have done on this channel is we have helped people. We have helped, I think the last count was $150,000 of people that we have helped. And Chuck P is in the room. Good to see you. Death Angel is here. What's the matter you? Brittany D is here. Thanks, Brittany D. I appreciate you coming. Maxim, Jeff Bacone, Kevin K, Nick Tate. Nikki or Nick Tate. Good to see you, Chuck P. So for me, the people who have been with me the whole time, that have stayed with me, remember, I have been loved and hated by people in my own community, by people. It's just such a strange phenomenon being a social influencer on the internet, because it's fickle. If I say that Trump's a good guy and he's a good person, then half of my crowd will be happy. If I say he's a dumpster fire and a mess, then half of my crowd is going to tell me they're going to unsubscribe and they hate me. So it's just such a weird thing. You know, it's just such a weird thing to go through. So when I get a guy like Chevy who consistently puts out music, supports other people as they're trying to get their bail money and stuff like that, I'm always going to promote somebody like that. Eat shorts. Is that what that says? Is that what that's... What? How old is this one? This one's a month old. I mean... Let me Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen. It's a remake of Bohemian Rhapsody. That is hilarious. That is hilarious. I will do that one. And then SWE Observer just did 5 memberships for PJ, for Chi-Town, for Sonny Caballos, for Jeff S. All right, Nick Tate. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Thanks a lot, SWE Observer. There's people like SWE Observer who have been members forever. Right Way Ministries, Tim C, David G, Let's-O TVO. There are people who have absolutely just put in with me and put. I can play a couple seconds of this, sure. I'm just talking now, just to kind of blab here for a minute, because I've got to get the next lesson plan ready to go. I'm going to teach you today the attenuation doctrine. I'm going to play that tonight. That's funny. What's the matter, you? So ever since I was in Washington, D.C., and I told the cop that I'm a famous First Amendment auditor, Chevy now makes a chili pepper of me and says famous First Amendment auditor, which is just absolutely insane. But it is true. Everything that I have done is true. That's Jeff. Good to see you, Joseph. Is that Joseph? Did I see you? Joseph Brazo. There you are, man. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Chille was a motto, being forced to interact with disgusting farm critters, blue poo pigs, blue poo kitty litter. Traffic stop, tango, always a thrill, rides, recited standing, perfectly still.
No, I gotta go too. I got to get out of here too. I'm going to set up the next lesson plan. You guys stick around. I'm doing the next lesson plan live. There won't be any video. There'll just be the chart tonight. But tonight I'm going to teach the attenuation doctrine. Let me see if it's on screen here. If I can open this screen bigger. The attenuation doctrine should start off with the 1963 case of Wong Sun. There's Nardoni. The 1963 case of the attenuation doctrine should be behind my big fat head. It's right there. Wong Sun versus United States, 1963. That's going to begin the attenuation doctrine, where they can get evidence against you, but it can be attenuated if it's an unconstitutional stop. And I'm going to give you several examples. There's so much to cover here. There's going to be so much. Nat Geo, that was either Chevy that gifted you a membership. I think it was Chevy. Nat Geo, that was Chevy. Yep, it sure was. Nat Geo, I see it right here. Gifted a membership by Chevy. You can thank Chevy for that, Nat Geo. Thanks, you guys, for the support. I super duper appreciate it. Wong Sun, 1963. That's not being racist. It's Wong Sun, 1963. That's actually how it is pronounced. I love it, man. I absolutely love it. Listen, I got to get the flock out of here. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Listen, I'll be on later tonight around 7 p.m. tonight. It'll be 10 p.m. on the East Coast, but I'm doing a late night one where I'm going to teach the attenuation doctrine tonight. I'll be live again in a few hours, so come back. I love you. Thanks for coming. I'll see you on the next one. Later, Gators.